Good evening. Hello. Welcome everyone to Sirdork Live. How you doing? Thanks so much for being here. Hello. Hope you guys liked my new kind of little intro thingy I had in there. A little fun countdown and stuff. Thought that'd be cool. Got creative one day and I threw that in there. But thank you so much for being here. Welcome to Sirdork Live, the bi-weekly show we have here live on my YouTube channel. Sirdork Live. Talk about toy photography, stuff like that. It's going to be really awesome. Tonight's going to be so much fun. I have a really fun plan for tonight's live stream. And hello to everyone who's here right now. I see Connor Goodrich and Voltron and Sonar Wolf and Ferocious Figures, Cali Photos. A lot of names I actually don't recognize. So hello, you guys in the live chat. Thank you so much for being here. That's really awesome. Like, I always get all excited when I see people that I see here every single week, and I'm like, thank you. And then I get also really excited when I see people that I don't recognize, names I don't recognize. Toy Mirth and F-Stop, how's it going, guys? CJ is here. But, yeah, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Tonight's going to be so much fun. Tonight's going to be really fun. So, pretty much, a lot of the times when we're doing streams, it's like, you guys will ask me questions about stuff and what I think and what my answers are. But that's not going to be today. I'm going to be asking you guys questions. And you guys are going to answer. So it's going to be really cool. So actually YouTube has this really cool feature that I can put a poll into the live chat right now. And you guys can answer it and we'll see what you guys say. And then, it's really cool. So this is going to be, I think, probably the most interactive live stream we've ever had. So pretty much what I need you guys to do is just be here and answer the questions, and we'll see. We'll get like a poll result and see what percent says what, and that's going to be so much fun. And also, of course, some answers might require a little bit of explanation or whatever or something, and so we'll talk about it. It's going to be fun. We'll talk about the questions and stuff. It's going to be super fun. Sonic Burst, Cooper's Movies, Sam Deman. So hey, you guys, Trunk Meat is here. Henry to Earth, Lachlan Eluk. I see so many names. That's so cool. And actually, there's one thing I do really want to mention, and thank you guys. Actually, just this week, the channel hit 35,000 subscribers. That's insane. That's crazy. 35,000. Thank you guys. So maybe some of you guys in here are some of the new part of that 35,000 subscribers. So either way, thank you guys so much for subscribing and being here this whole time. And it's been a long time. This channel's been going for a few years, and it's just super thankful for the response you guys give me every week. Every other week when we do these, and all the members on the channel, which is just crazy. And then everything amazing. Ferocious Figure says, been watching for a month or so. I like the photo challenges on Instagram. I'm so glad to hear that, man. I'm so glad to hear that. Ferocious Figures. That's so cool. So before I do actually get into the questions and stuff like that, I just want to do a little bit of stuff here. So if I go over to this screen, well, here's the first one. I got to thank a couple new members that we had recently. Hey, Toy Stories. So actually, I had 3 new members to thank who have joined the membership on the YouTube channel, which I'm so grateful for. So if you are interested in becoming a member on the channel, right below the video where it usually says subscribe, there should be a join button. Same thing if you go on the channel, click on the membership. There's a bunch of, you'll see all the perks and all the stuff you get for joining the membership. So one of them being, you get a shout out on the live stream. Oh my gosh, sorry. So first I gotta thank Yuval Caspi Cohen. Yuval, thank you so much. You are awesome, and this was your Sirdork ice shot from a couple months back, and I thought this was hilarious, so that's why I chose this shot to thank you with. Thought this was actually incredibly creative. So yeah, Connor Goodrich says, "Do you remember me?" Yes, I remember you. Yeah, thank you for always being in the live chat, my friend. And so I had 2 other new members too, but I was not able to get your Instagram handles, so then I could actually give you a proper shout out, which actually is, one of them is Destiny Raven Quick. Destiny Raven Quick, thank you. And also to Daniel Soto. Daniel Soto, thank you guys so much. Please send me a message here or send on an Instagram. Reach out to me somehow. Let me know so I can give you a proper shout out. And yeah, so that's thank you guys. Thank you so stinking much. And also I have to do of course this thing that we've been working very hard on recently. Why wasn't it coming up? There it is. Toys in Action, which is the first ever toy photography convention. The con, Toy Photography Con, is happening in Saratoga, New York, June 18th. It's coming up. Got lots more news to share coming up very, very soon with new guests and vendors and all kinds of stuff and panel announcements and stuff like that, which is going to be so awesome. And I can't wait for this to happen. It has been quite the labor of love putting this thing together, but it's going to be really cool, and I hope I get to meet a lot of you guys at this. So if you're interested in if you want to come to the con, tickets are available now if you go to toysandactionconvention.com, or just send me a message. I'll send you all the information. Our Instagram is Toys in Action Con. I would love to see you there, and if you want to get a table, if you make dioramas, if you sell figures or whatever, you want to get a table there, let me know. We're definitely looking for vendors. So yeah, Toys in Action, the first ever Toy Photography Con. Toy Photography Con. It's all happening. Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome, and I cannot wait for it to happen. And you guys, thank you for all the support. And holy crap, RJ Stubbs just joined the membership. RJ, oh, you know what? Hang on. Sorry, I always forget to do this. RJ, thank you so much for joining the membership. Thank you so much, dude. You've been like in the live chats on these live streams for so long. Like every single time, you've always been super supportive and in live chat, just going crazy. So thank you for joining the membership. Seriously, thank you so much. That is awesome. That is so cool. Thank you, dude. And so make sure, RJ, we have a members only Discord server that I'll make sure to post a link to tonight on the channel, so you can join. So it's gonna be awesome. And Shiva Mordhouse, no, you're not late. You are just on time. There's no such thing as being late for this. I'm gonna be happy, even if you showed up like right as I'm clicking end stream. I'm gonna be happy that you showed up. Okay, so what we're gonna be doing, I'm gonna ask you guys questions, and I want you to answer them in the poll that's gonna be in the live chat here, and it's gonna be really fun, and I'm really excited to see what everyone says. And then we can kind of talk about it. So the first question, and this is not an unreasonable question. The first question is, are you a toy photographer? Are you? And so here, I'm gonna put this in here right now. Are you a toy photographer? So it's not gonna be just a simple yes or no. It's gonna be yes, or it's gonna be no, I just like to watch. Just like to watch. And the other option is going to be no, but I've been meaning to start. But I want to start. So I'm excited to see what you guys say. So here we go. The first poll is in the live chat, and I actually have the live stream open on my phone too, so I'm going to answer the question myself as well. So that's going to be cool. So here we go. It should be in the live chat any second now. Is it in there? Do you guys see it in there? It's not showing up on my phone yet. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, we got some no, I want to, but I want to start. Oh, I guess it just doesn't show up for me because... okay, so far we're at 97% yes. And 3% no, but I want to start. Oh, Mao says stop to say hi. Awesome. Okay, so you guys can see it in there. I'm glad to hear it. All right, and all right, we're getting a little bit of everything, which is so exciting. So we have 92% is saying yes, and we have 3% saying no. I just like to watch, which is great. You know, like that makes me very happy that anyone who watches this channel and watches any of the stuff I do, you know, you're not a toy photographer, but you just like to watch, and that's awesome. And 5% is saying no, but I want to start. So RJ Stubbs says I'm still a rookie. That's all right. That's okay. We've all been rookies. I mean, sometimes I still feel like a rookie. You know what I mean? We've all been rookied. All right, you guys are answering. This is so exciting. All right, so I guess we can come to a final consensus here. It says so 88%. Yes, so 88% of the people in the live chat are toy photographers, and which is awesome. And 9% want to start. Well, there's never a better time to start than now. So just go for it. If you want to start, all you gotta do is grab a figure, grab something, go outside with your phone, and then just start experimenting, having fun. And if you're, I think maybe just one person said no. I just like to watch. That's great. Thanks so much for being here. LV says I've been out of the game lately due to some issues, but now I'm back. All right, LV is back. That's so cool. And Toy Picks by Coop is here. Johnny is here. He says, I think I'm a toy photographer, but nobody else does on Instagram. That's not true at all. Not true at all. Not true at all. So, this is so cool. So 80% are saying yes. So yeah, we're starting off a little bit on the easy questions. And so they're going to get a lot juicier later. And there's a lot of them are going to need some explanation. I'm really excited to hear what everyone says in the live chat. Dad Hobby says, I'm a rookie. But always love pushing it to the next limit. That's great. That's so great. I mean, that everyone starts as a rookie at some point, you know. All right, so I'm going to end this poll right now, and then we're going to get into because these are just like starter questions, you know. So the next question is, how long? So if you are a toy photographer, how long have you been doing toy photography? This is going to be interesting. Hopefully I don't make any spelling errors. How long have you been doing toy photography? Yes or no? Just kidding. So, under a year? Under a year. Under 5 years? Under 5 years. Or over 5 years? All right, here we go. Under a year, under 5 years, or over 5 years. Here we go. All right, let's see what you guys. Let's see what the overall consensus is. And just so you know what? If you're under a year, that's great. That's awesome. If you're over 5 years, that's awesome too. There's never any wrong answers here. That's for sure. That's for sure. And I see Poncho Studios who says, I'm not that good. You know what, Poncho Studios? I bet you're awesome. And I bet you go out and have a blast every time you do it. You know? I bet you. And that's what it's all about. And I'm sure you have hopefully met a bunch of cool toy photographers in the past. Or during this, other people doing this hobbies, which is awesome. Harold says, hey Harold, Jared, you are the man. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing toy photography. You're such a cool dude and an inspiration. Dude, Harold, that's so nice, man. Thank you so much for that. That's incredibly nice, man. So, all right, here we go. We're starting to get a pretty decent answer here. It's definitely a one-sided answer so far. So we got all kinds of stuff. So little J Art says under a year. That's great. That's great. Like I mean, when I started, I didn't know what the heck I was doing, and it was a long year trying to figure that stuff out. But you know what? I was having fun. And Mr. Clown says I have fun. There are always people who are technically proficient, but as long as I enjoy myself. Mr. Clown, I love what you do. You and Duffy always have a great time. Always have a great time. LV says June 10th will be my anniversary of my first post. That is so cool. That is so awesome. Captain Wrecked says, first time in here, the Deadpool/Star Wars mashup from the morning was my first real attempt at posting. Or posing. It's fun for sure. That is so exciting. Captain Wrecked, well, thanks for being here, and that's awesome to hear. That's so cool. So, I just realized that I put a capital O in there. But anyway, so how long have you been doing toy photography? Right now, we're at 37% under a year. And you know what? I was expecting that to be pretty high, that's so cool. Like, toy photography is awesome, and it's growing. And then just in the past year, 37% of the people here have started toy photography. That is so cool. That is awesome. And so 57% is over a year, but under 5 years. That's kind of a big gap. I probably should have done a third one in there. But that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. So that's great. So some of us have been, so under 5 years could be just over 1 year. Who knows? Blah, blah, blah. And then so the next one we have is over 5 years, which is 7%. I actually was thinking it might be a little bit more of over 5 years. I started in 2014. So that is, how many is that? That's 8 years. Woo! 8 years. So I am Ricky Freaky says, I started toy photography since 2012. Wow. That's a long time, but sometimes I stop for 2 months because I get anxiety attack. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Ricky Freaky, but seriously, that's a really long time. That's a long time to just love the art. Yeah, Johnny in the live chat saying it's all about having fun. That's it, and that's why we're here tonight. You know, just to have fun together. Fred, how's it going? So yeah, I'm actually really happy to see that 38% are under a year, because that just, like, toy photography is growing, massively growing art form, and it just makes me excited that 39% of you guys only just started under a year ago, and that's just so exciting to me. You know what? That's just so cool. And you know what? 2 years from now, you're gonna be like, yeah, I've been doing this for 3 years, and you're gonna be helping out all the other people that just started under a year. You know, so that's gonna be so cool. Jim Morris says, just started about a month ago. That's awesome. Jelly Pup, hi. I didn't know toy photography was a thing until about a year ago. It's the best stuff. Yes, this is so cool. So cool. So, yeah, and actually, no, under a year keeps growing. Now it's at 40%. That is so fun. That's so cool, you guys. CJ says, a year today. Congrats on the happy anniversary, my friend. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. The next question is, here we go. How did you learn about toy photography? So how did you learn about it? When was your first exposure to it? So was it on YouTube? Did you first get exposed to it? Was it on Instagram? Were you first exposed to it? From a friend? A friend of yours told you about it? Or other? I'm going to do other. Because if anyone says other, I'm going to be looking in the live chat to see what you guys say for other. Because I'm really curious to hear how you guys got into it. You know, what was it that got you started? Or how did you learn? So, and Hang Solo over here says, Sirdork's channel. That's so awesome. Voltron Vulture said it was a YouTube documentary about me. That's cool. That's really cool. That's so awesome. Oh my gosh, so many of you guys are saying from me. That's so awesome. Jelly Pup says from my video. Sonar Wolf says because of me. I was kind of thinking maybe some of you guys might say from one of my videos, and I thought that would have been the coolest thing ever, but I was not expecting this many of you guys to say that. Johnny Gainjawiferous says, saw your damn YouTube video, and since then I've been cursed. That's so cool. Silver Moon says, I heard about it from 616 on Disney Plus, then I started watching you and other photographers on YouTube. Oh, that's so cool. That's where Johnny Mitchell Wu was on that, right? That's so cool. Oh my gosh, Steve Morrow, how's it going? Jason Work More or Less provides the confidence. Then soon saw your channel. This is crazy, you guys. I'm actually really like this is awesome. I'm so glad I could help kind of introduce you to this. Awesome. Linda says watch Mitchell Wu. That's great. Dad Hobby says I started the movement. That is very flattering. I definitely did not start the movement. That's for sure. You know, when I started, I was learning from other people online. That's how I learned from Instagram of what it was. Like I was posting, hey, new figure on Instagram. Check out my new figure. And then as I was posting, I saw other people taking pictures of this, and I was like, that's so cool. And that's how I got into it. Toymura says I actually just got started. Went to IG and YouTube for ideas. Lighting was your channel to help me progress. That's crazy. Toy Mirth, you guys. RJ Stubbs says, I knew what it was, but recently became disabled. I'm sorry to hear that, man. And needed a hobby, so didn't lose my mind. And then yours and some YouTube videos piqued my interest. Well, RJ, dude, I'm really sorry to hear that, but I'm also at the same time I'm happy to hear that toy photography was able to kind of help you with that. So, Siva says, haha, I'm one of the 6% that found out from a friend, and that friend being me. Thanks, Siva. Yeah. All right. And in case you guys haven't noticed or don't remember, but yeah, Siva and I have been very close friends in real life since we were kids. So, since 8th grade, right? Or 7th grade. 7th grade. So, Toy Story says my Power Ranger shot popped up on his discovery page. That's so cool. Okay, so 47% say YouTube. I'm actually quite surprised that YouTube is the majority. I mean, we are on YouTube now, I suppose, but I am surprised that YouTube is the majority. I thought Instagram would be, only because that's how I got introduced, was from Instagram. So 47% is saying YouTube. Instagram is 23%. From a friend is 6%, which I know Siva is in there. And then other is 25%. So anyone who said other, I would love to know what. Throw in your thing in the live chat. I would love to know what the other is. So Toybox Life says I watched an episode on Money More from Power Ranger Toys, the show, the toys that made us. Got curious about Bandai Tamashii toy from there. Somehow stumbled across your YouTube channel and found out about toy photography. Wow, that's so cool. That's a great show, by the way. The Toys That Made Us. What a great show that is. That's so good. Actually, one time, like on Twitter, they shared one of my posts or retweeted it, and I was like, "Whoa, that's cool! I love this show. That was awesome." So they seem like great people, and I love that show. So, Atchison Animation says from a photography unit in my art class. That's cool. That's so cool. Jelly Pup says Toys That Made Us is what got me searching for toys to begin with. All right. Well, thanks to that show. Gabriel Newsom says I saw your Facebook video that was inspired. That's so cool, Gabriel. That's there was a lot of poor people that were tagged in that video of me, and I still feel bad to this day that some people probably getting so annoyed, like, oh my gosh, I've been tagged in this video 100 times. I know this dweeby kid likes to light fireworks with a freaking toy. I get it. Voltron says, Jared, I love your videos and I need some feedback on my pictures. Voltron Vulture, send me a DM. I would love to see your stuff. Send me a DM on Instagram. I would love to see that. Mr. Clown says, the Cotswold catalog, which is a 12-inch G.I. Joe specialty catalog. They had a contest in the 90s that got me into this hobby. Wow, that is crazy. Mr. Clown, that is a really cool one. That is so awesome. That's so cool. Hang Solo. Hey, Benny. So Poncho Studio says that I inspired you to become a toy reviewer. Well, that's really cool, because on a rare occasion I will have done I will have do some toy reviews and stuff like that, but I mean very brief and just not very good. So that's cool. I mean, that's awesome. I love watching toy reviews, especially before I buy figures. Cooper's Movie says people are starting to do it at my school because my pictures got hung up there. Cooper's Movies, that is awesome. Well, congrats for that, and you are inspiring others. That is so cool. So we got 60 votes on this, and 47% is saying from YouTube. and 22% saying other. So that's really cool. Cooper, you're inspiring. That's so awesome. Voltron Vulture says don't have Insta, sadly. Okay, Voltron Vulture, what you can do, go to Sirdork.com. I have a contact button right there, and you can just send me a contact there. Or if you or any social media, send me a message. I have a Sirdork Facebook, a Sirdork Twitter, whatever you got, send me a message. Soul Power says bring back toys and energy. Hashtag toys and energy. I'm sure probably most people are like, what the heck is that? But I created this hashtag once, and even a page where people were taking pictures of toy photography with an energy drink in it, because I thought that was awesome, and I thought it'd be fun to see if other people would do it. There's a YouTube video about it too. Okay, so I think it's time to move on to the next question, and so this is for toy photographers. So this is a one of two answers. So and again, with this one, there is no, and none of these questions, there is no right and wrong answer. Every question is right. Nothing is better than the other. Let's just be very clear with that. So, do you prefer to shoot indoors or outdoors for your toy photography? Indoor or outdoor? All right. I mean, so I prefer to shoot outdoor. I love going outside, even when it's cold out. It stinks, but I'll do it when it's cold and snowy. But I like going outside to shoot. I like making a big mess with dirt and fireworks, and I like taking advantage of the free natural lighting outside and that big giant ball of gas in the sky. But every once in a while, I like to shoot indoor too, because if I have a shot in mind, that's gonna happen better indoors. It's just and like I said, none is. I should have done a both. I should have done a both one, but it's different for everyone. Some people don't live in an area where they could do it outside. Siva says, I don't shoot, but if it would be outside. Me too, man. But yeah, there's a lot of different. Some people. One of the things I really like about shooting outdoors is that there's so much free stuff out there. There's sticks. You can make trees out of sticks. All of the environment is already out there, and that's one of the things I really like. And especially that's good. I like to talk about it for people who are new to toy photography, because when you're new, you don't really have a lot of stuff. You don't have any dioramas or anything yet. So that's really cool. Like, if you're new, you can just go outside. You can pick up some sticks and stick them in the ground, and then they look like trees. And that's it. I made a diorama outside this week with a bunch of rocks and moss I found, and it looks awesome. I think I might make a whole video about it. So let's see here. So Mal182 says, I feel more comfortable outdoors. Just love the interaction with figures in the natural environment. Me too. I love that, Mal. Definitely. Cody Tweedy says, I've only done indoors. And you know what? That's great. That's great. There's literally no, neither side is by any means any better or worse than the other. Each one is pretty unique in a special way. And each one, sometimes you could do the same thing in indoor and outdoor. It's just like whichever one's. Sometimes outdoor totally stinks because it's cold and you got weather conditions and you got the sun that's moving. Sometimes that's a pain. Silver Moon says, I feel like I've shot indoors more often, although outdoor shots do look cool, and I would like to take more of them though. I lost part of a figure last year, so I'm always worried about losing pieces. That's true, Silver Moon. I've lost plenty of pieces outside too. I definitely have. Aaron Anderson says, I used to always shoot indoors, but I could never get the lighting right using the sun, but getting used to it after a bit. See, that's interesting because I was only used to sun, and it took me a really long time to get used to lighting indoors. That's so funny. Complete opposite for me. RJ Subs says, I usually shoot indoors, but now that it's getting warmer, going to try some outside shots. Nice creek and waterfall by my building. That's great. Awesome. This is so cool. So right now we're at 39% indoor and we're at 61% outdoor. I was expecting I was expecting a little bit more outdoor. Johnny says woodland equals Endor, snow equals Hoth. That's true. There you go. You got that right. And Ferocious Figure says outdoors equals free, moist, and realistic dioramas. That's true. It is free. That's why I like it. But also at the same time, if you go and shoot outdoors in the grass, you know, you got grass that's like up to your figure's chin, and it's like, well, that's not very realistic. You know what I mean? So there's that too about outside. Philip McCallum says morning from Queensland, Australia. Good morning. Good afternoon from Cohoes, New York. CJ's moving over to Christine's phone. All right, gotcha. Kevin Cornell says, during the winter, I prefer indoors. Yeah, during the winter, and when you're over here, at least in my area, yeah, you got to get used to shooting indoors in the winter. Or, I mean, I've made a whole video about creative outdoor stuff in the winter. Jack Ray says, I just got Black Series Commander Bly. If you can give me some ideas for shots. Same with any clone trooper, you know. Get some ideas from the movie, from Felucia, you know. Johnny, have a great night, man. But this is so cool to see what you guys are thinking for this stuff. So Superman himself, hey Superman, wow, it's a huge honor. Says outdoor because I have a good rocky area and a creek for photography right across from my house. That is really awesome. Awesome. Hang Solo says, yes, night photography is the bomb. I love shadows and contrast. Yes. Talking to LV. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of, especially with Star Wars. Star Wars is so great to shoot, especially like outdoors, because in Star Wars there are so many different kinds of environments. You know, we got Hoth, which is snow. We got Endor, which is forest. We've got Tatooine, which is, a desert. There's every environment that exists in the world like fits perfectly in Star Wars. You know, it's just because Star Wars is just so huge. Toy Story says, I want to shoot outdoors too, but it's kind of tough. But now that I have a house, congrats on the new house, Toy Stories. I'll be trying a lot more. I'm excited to see that. Okay, so it actually went up a little bit, 62% outdoor now. So that's really awesome. So this next question is actually kind of similar, especially if you're an outdoor photographer. So I'm going to end this poll. So the next question is, and this might be why some people don't shoot outdoors. Have you ever been approached by a random person during a shoot in public? Yes or no? So, I hopefully I didn't get it. I need to proofread these before I do it. So, have you ever been approached by a random person during a shoot in public? This is a great question because it's hard. It's hard sometimes to go out there and shoot where you want to shoot, even though there's people around. Because first of all, they might give you weird looks. Second of all, they might just mind their own business, but they might like look at you and be like, "What the heck's that guy doing?" You know, especially when you got all your gear and equipment and you're shooting whatever. Like it's really hard to do that in person because toy photography is not super well known and accepted, I guess, as a whole across the world yet. Because some people, they'll see it and be like, what the heck is that guy doing? You know, they're not going to look at you and be like, oh, that guy's doing toy photography. I mean, that's possible, but most likely they won't. So it's kind of hard to it's really close in the poll right now, but it's kind of hard to make that step out if you want to do that in public. It's really hard. I've kind of totally, like, it used to be really difficult for me and I didn't want to do it. I'd just be like, leave me alone, I don't want to do it. But now I'm just like doing it right in front of everybody. I'm like, look what I'm doing. And it's it's actually most people are just curious and actually quite nice, and it's actually an opportunity to tell them what you're doing, and then maybe you get a new follower. Be like, yeah, here's my Instagram. You know, you might get a new following. So Astonishing Pick says no, but I get a lot of people looking at me sometimes, and I start feeling anxious. Yeah, I've been there, definitely. Jelly Pup says my neighbors look at me funny. Linda, hi Linda, says, I took Grogu out for a shoot, and a person wanted to take a picture of me with Grogu, and I just let her take her own picture with him. Aw, well, that's cool. Yeah, most people are going to be really just curious and think it's really cool. And, you know, and as long as you're, if you say it with confidence and everything, they're going to think you're like some kind of big deal. There was one time I was shooting at my normal spot, like that I love with the waterfalls and stuff. I don't know if you've seen it, but this guy came up and I was shooting some figures, whatever, and he came up and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, I'm a toy photographer. This is what I'm doing. I'm shooting this like this, and this is what I do, blah blah blah. And I was very confident and I was proud. And he was like, "Whoa, that is so cool." And so he took a picture with me. He's like, can I get a picture with you?" He didn't know who I was or anything. And I was like, "Yeah, of course." And so he posted it, and I shared it on my story. That was awesome. Josh Beckman says, on several occasions also had them taking pictures with me. Yes, always invite them to come in for a closer look. Yeah, so it's actually a really great opportunity to tell people what you're doing. So first of all, for you potentially to get maybe a new follower, and also to kind of expose and teach people what toy photography is, and kind of just help make the art form grow. The more the art form grows, the more you will grow in turn. Kevin says, not yet, but I usually shoot indoors. LV says, grown man, camera, toys equals bad vibe from some parents. I mean, I bet you that's what you think people think, but I guarantee you 90% of the people will not think that. Siva says, for those of you who shoot indoors, say yes if a family member ever questioned, what are you doing? Yes. Yeah, it's definitely weird, and it's hard to do it. It's hard to do it in front of people, but I'm telling you right now, most people will just be really curious and be really interested and probably think it's pretty cool. They just might not really get what you're doing. And it's an opportunity for you to kind of plug yourself and be like, hey, I'm a toy photographer. This is what I do. Here's my phone. These are some pictures. And they're like, oh, cool. And you might get a new follower, and they might tell their friends. And then now you've just taught somebody what toy photography is, and they might go and do it themselves. You know. Fred Evans just joined the live chat. Fred, dude, thank you. Or joined the membership. Fred Evans, thank you so much, dude. That's amazing. Fred, you are awesome. That's so cool. I'm gonna make a post later tonight with a link to the Discord server, so you can join if you want to join. We definitely can use some new influence in there. That's so awesome. Thank you so much, Fred. That's crazy. So right now in the poll, we're at 43% yes and 57% no. So there's more people have said no. They've never been approached in public by a random person during a toy shoot, which is it's actually very close. I'm actually not surprised that it's that way, because I get it definitely. Infernal Hippo says, you have a Discord? And it's yes, I do. It's for the members, for anyone who's a member of the YouTube channel. If you're looking to join, it's right underneath the video next to subscribe. Yes, anyone is a members only Discord server, and it's a lot of fun. Anonymous dude says, loved your Peacemaker Club shots. Thank you, dude. And Jorge always asking how Venom's doing. Venom's doing good. Actually, he's not in here. Toxin is taking a nap back there, though, so that's good. TCW, how's it going? Says, I actually get approached by some people. I had one of my toy photos in an art gallery. That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. Philip McCallum says, most of my toy shots are in the kitchen or in my yard, but I do not take a Star Wars figure when I go out, and I have attracted some attention. That's great. Actually, before I moved to my house that we live in now, we lived in an apartment complex with lots of people. So whenever I went outside, I was always out there for all to see, and a lot of dog walkers. Most of the time, it's dog walkers coming over and asking what I'm doing. I actually made like a little mini video about it once. I'm gonna have to share that again. And I kind of played two characters. Like, what you doing? I'm doing toy photography. So that's interesting. So 56% say no, and 44% say yes. This is another one. This is another interesting one. I've been very, very lucky and been incredibly supported by my friends and my family members about what I do, toy photography. At first, they might have thought it was a little bit weird, but my girlfriend and my parents and my brothers and my friends and everybody that think it's cool, and I'm very much supported by toy photography. Actually, for a while, my dad thought it was kind of weird, and I don't know if he was totally on board. And then eventually, I told him that I had 250,000 followers on TikTok. He was like, "What?" And then he was on board, and now he loves it. So that was kind of funny. So that's the next question. Do your friends or family think you're weird for doing toy photography? Do your friends or family think you're weird for doing toy photography? Yes or no? And so I'm hoping everyone's going to say yes, but this is a great question. It's a great question because it could be a very real thing, you know. I'm sure some people, and I'll be completely honest. I remember the last person in my, I mean, Harleen is, and I love her so much, and she's amazing, and I love everything about her and I, and she's so supportive, and she's perfect. The previous person in my life treated me like a child because I collected toys and I shot toy photographer, and thought it was dumb, and that I was a kid, basically. They treated me like a little kid for it, and so it's real. We've all kind of had that. So I'm curious to see if anyone thinks it's weird. And you know what? I bet you anyone who does think it's weird, they don't understand it. It's not a dig on them who think it's weird. They just don't quite understand it yet. They don't quite understand that you're creating art. Poncho Studio says my wife supports me. Jorge says here they see you like a kid too. Haha. All right, that's fair enough. RJ Sub says yes, but for the photography they always thought I was weird to begin with. LOL. Yes. That's good. Weird is a good thing. Weird is definitely a good thing. There you go. Trunk Meat says that. Definitely weird, but in a good way. But I would say, yeah, and anyone who, and it's only because I think people just don't quite understand it. And I bet you, and actually for a really long time, before I kind of made it into this huge part of my life, for several years I did it, and I just stuck it on Instagram. I didn't talk about it because I thought it was kind of weird. And then one day I decided to kind of tell the world that I did it, and I started, I'm just going to be proud of this. And so this was back when I liked to use Facebook a lot, and I communicated with all my friends and people in my life on Facebook. I don't really use Facebook anymore. But one day I posted a picture of me taking a picture and the result, and I was like, hey guys, this is what I'm doing. I've been doing this toy photography, and this is some of the stuff I like to do, and everyone was just saying wow, this is cool, that looks like a movie, that is so awesome, and I just felt so good. And I was really surprised because I thought everyone would think it's weird, and I didn't like to talk about it because I was like, yeah, I take pictures of toys, and I was like, what? Because I just thought it was a weird thing to talk about too. So then I was like, you know what? It's awesome. Toy photography is awesome, and I'm just gonna be proud of it. And so I did. And then, here we are many years later, and we're doing this live stream. And it's crazy. It's awesome. Anonymous Dude 123 says weird is almost a compliment. Could be, actually. Yeah, definitely. Dwayne Shoots Toys. How's it going, man? He says, at first my friends didn't really understand what I was doing. I'm sure some of them thought it was a bit strange. Exactly. So that's perfect, Dwayne. So, well, first of all, I'm sure they very much understand it now because of the incredible, awesome success you've had, and how they probably see your photos and they're like, dude, that's awesome. That's freaking cool. So yeah, it's I'm sure that, just like Dwayne said, they didn't understand it yet. They thought it was strange. They didn't really understand it, but as long as once you kind of basically show them what it is and show them a final result, and you're like, whoa, that's cool. That's what you've been doing. That's so cool. So RJ So says, I'm having a blast doing it. Great creative outlet. Yes. Toy Story says, I've received nothing but support. Yeah, and I bet you all the people, so only 28% of people have said yes to this question. 72% of people have said no, which is great. So I bet you that 29% now. That 29%, I bet you anyone who thinks it's weird right now, they just don't understand it yet. They don't understand it yet. And all you have to do is just kind of show them and explain explain it to them what it is, and I bet you they will understand, and they'll be proud of you, and they'll love it, because if they love you, then they'll support you. And plus, what you do is awesome, so it's not like they're gonna not think it's awesome, you know. So Josh Beckman says, once you show them some shots, they'll be very surprised. My chiropractor thought it was just putting figures on the countertop and taking pics of them until I showed him a few shots. There you go. Exactly. Lucan, hey Lucan, says, it has helped me in so many ways. Me too. It's given me, like, and this is gonna sound crazy, like deep and everything, but I have never felt a more like bigger purpose in my life because of toy photography and this channel and just all of you guys who have said that, like, you know, I've inspired you or anything. This is like the biggest purpose I've ever felt. You know, like I know what I want to do with my life, and this is it. So that's amazing. Dad Hobby says, the toy community is by far one of the best communities to be part of. I've only had a few bad apples that bashed my work. Other than that, everyone's been super supportive. That's awesome. You know, anyone who's probably was bashing your support, they're probably just dealing with something themselves, you know. I'm sure, I hope that they're doing okay. And Nose Topic says, this is all it took me to join the hobby. Play calm music with a toy photography compilation. Awesome. Siva says, that's great to hear, man. I think that's really powerful. I appreciate it, Siva. I really do. Anonymous123 says, I feel following your passion just makes you stronger, and it helps you in every avenue of life. You are right. This is great. I'm loving hearing what you guys have been saying in the live chat tonight. TCW says, my girlfriend actually gave me the confidence to post on my personal Instagram account. That's awesome. That is so awesome. Javier Davila, how's it going, dude? Says, I usually show the kids first and have them show to their parents. Jorge says, how do you guys feel about how you see your old pictures compared to the latest one? That's a great question. I love looking at my old ones and seeing how much I think they suck. And I'm like, oh, man, that was not a good one. And then you look at it now and you're like, wow, I've come a long way. I've learned a lot. And I feel really good about where I am now. So that's really cool. Siva says, I'm glad you're surrounded by people that support you and you don't have the negative energy around you anymore. Not to sound like a hippie. No, Siva, me too. Me too. And especially from you guys. Every time I'm hanging out with, and this is, anytime I'm hanging out with you guys or with the boys or whatever, and you guys are always super proud of me, and I feel really great about that. So actually one of the things, so what we were talking about before, looking at old photos and looking at your current ones. Actually, I've been, every once in a while, I'll watch an old video of mine on YouTube that I made years ago, and I'm like, oh, what was I doing? Just get to the point. Just like stop saying and like, so I do like looking at my old videos too and seeing how much better I am at making videos that are actually hopefully entertaining to watch. Unblack Prince says, I started posing my action figures for drawing references. Now I'm more into photography than drawing. That's so cool. Astonishing Pic says, my family is supporting me. This is so great seeing all of your responses in here. That's just so cool. It's just so cool to hear how supported everybody is. And like Dwayne was saying in the live chat, anyone who thinks it's weird, they just don't understand it yet. And all you got to do is help them understand, and then they're gonna be like, oh, that's what you've been doing? That's really awesome. It's really awesome. Just show them the final product. Okay, so let's go to, all right, let's end this one. I got another new one. It's a little bit off topic, but this is a really cool one. I actually got this idea from a toy photographer, from Andrea. She's usually, I think she's in the UK, so she's usually over whatever, not in live chat. But so, when do you edit your photos? When do you edit? Is it immediately after you take the pictures? Immediately after the shoot? Is it immediately after? Is it a day after? A day after? Is it, do you just let them pile up and edit them all a month later? Let them pile up and edit them later. Let them, got too many letters in here. Do you just let them all pile up? Or do you just do it days later? So I'm curious about this. When do you edit? When do you edit your photos? Or you know what I should have added? You don't edit. I got one little stray hair here. I keep seeing it in my picture. There we go. So when do you edit your photos? Do you edit immediately after you take the picture? You take the picture and then you go turn on your computer and then you edit. Or do you edit them like a day later? Or do you just let them all pile up and you just edit them and then just let them all pile up and just edit them when you get to it? Or do you just some other time, days later? Or maybe you don't edit at all. So I edit right away, almost right away. I mean, most of the time, once I'm done, boom, I'll just go right to editing. Because I'm usually so excited to see the finished product that I can't wait to see it. And so often, like, my photos are so reliant on editing. I'll take like a ton of different photos and bring them together. So like I can't really see a good idea of what the finished product is by looking at them individually on my camera. So here we go. So 70% is saying so far immediately after I shoot. So 10%, and there's a solid 10% everywhere around. So 10% is the day after. 10% let them pile up and do them later. That's actually a lot more than I was expecting. And then 10% saying days later. Lucan says, I used to do a shot a day. Now I do it when I can get, but I edit immediately after the shoot on my phone. Awesome. Jack says, I don't edit them unless there are wires. You know what? For that was me too for a long time. I didn't do like any editing. I would just do it on Instagram, and that was fine until I've just kind of like dove more into it. And Siva says, I was talking to I Am Ricky Freaky, just submit your photo with the oh, thanks Siva for helping with the challenge. You got it. So yeah, if you are interested on the challenge rules, right here on YouTube, go to the community tab. All the rules are right there, or go to my Instagram. The rules are right there. My last Facebook post if you're on there. Ferocious Figure says, after a shoot I have an idea in my head. If I don't do it a while, I think about it and I tend to forget. Yeah, that's to help to stop you from forgetting. Maybe editing sooner is a better idea. Da Vinci Bot says, I let them pile up, I think. I feel that I can use a better angle. Ah, I know what you mean. Yep. It's better to come to that conclusion before you edit than after. Because once you're done editing, you're like, well, now we got to do it over. Jorge says, it's amazing how our passion of toys unite us, even if we're all over the world. I agree, Jorge. I'm loving your positivity tonight. Oh, Kai Krieger. Hey, Colin. Says, hey, my finger just healed. I will now be able to take photos. Yes. Well, I'm glad to hear your finger's doing better, Colin. And I can't wait to see your stuff. Hopefully get to see you do an egg shot soon. Can't wait to see that. TCW says, I have time, so I post right away. Oh, yeah. I don't know who said it in the live chat, but they said, and so when do you post then? I post very strategically. I'll try to make sure I post things to make sure each post has had its time to do its thing, and then I'll move on to the next thing once or twice a week or so. Max World Entertainment says, hey dude, He says, thanks to your videos, Jared, I usually get an idea in my head on how I want to shot. I do my shot, then edit after. Ah, that's so cool. Like, that makes me so happy to hear my videos can help give you ideas. That's all more than I could ever ask for. Joe Young says, hang solo, I'm rebuilding an old rock garden in Cove. Oh, that's cool, man. RJ Sub says, I'll edit right away. It seems the very vast majority is saying that you immediately will edit right after your shoot. Me too. There's very rarely I'll do with some. Actually, I did a shot recently that I took the photo and I was like, you know what, I'm busy right now. I'll edit tomorrow. I'll edit tomorrow. So, let's see here, Mr. Clown. Oh, so Mr. I'm loving seeing you guys go talk together in the live chat. Mao says, taking photos takes a toll on me, so I usually just rest and worry about editing later. Plus, I take a lot of photos. I gotta go over them. Yeah, that's true. It definitely takes time. Actually, what I used to do is I used to take a bunch of photos, and I would have them stocked up for like the week, and then I wouldn't edit any of them until I was ready to post it. So I'd be like, all right, I want to post this one. Let me edit it. Boom. I wouldn't edit it until right before I posted it. So, yeah. Max World Entertainment says, and for some reason Google is not letting me update my my closed captions. Weird. So I guess I'll go buy another Sirdork t-shirt instead. I mean, there's multiple shirts on there. Dude, that's so nice of you. And yeah, you guys, I never really talk about it, but right below the video, I've got the whole merch store. I do have some great ideas. I want to put some more stuff out there. I actually can finally make hats, but I have to remake the logo to make the embroidery work, so I gotta work on that. So that's really interesting. So most people edit immediately after. So that's cool. That's good to know. Immediately after. Same here. Okay. Okay, I got a good one. And this is something I'm really interested in. So, if you're a toy photographer, so there's usually one or the other. If you're a toy photographer, you started out as you're already a photographer and you want to try this really cool new medium, shooting toys. That sounds really fun. Or you're a collector and you want to learn photography and get into this awesome hobby. So you have the toys already, but now you got to learn the photography. Some people come from the other way, but I'm a photographer, but I need to get some toys so I can shoot this up. Or maybe you're neither. You think it's cool, and now you got to get toys and a camera. So I'm gonna say, did you start as a photographer or did you start as a collector? You know, so did you start, or how did you start? Did you start as a collector or a photographer? Because we'll do collector, photographer, or neither. So here we go. So yeah, when you got into toy photography, what were you a collector who needed to learn photography, or were you already a photographer? You've been doing landscapes and stuff like that, and now you got to get some toys because you want to get into this toy photography. Or neither. You saw this video on YouTube and you're like, cool, I don't know anything about toys or photography, now I want to get into it. Okay, all right. So far we're at 70% collector. That's me. Well, I started out as a collector, collecting toys, and I didn't know a gosh darn thing about photography. I didn't know what ISO was. I didn't know what a lens was. I had a phone, and that's what I did. I took pictures on my phone. Jorge Omaldo says, what about both? I should have said both in there. I should have said that. Toybox Unleashed says, collector, trying to be a toy photography. Me too. But yeah, I had a bunch of figures and I was really enjoying it, and then I got into toy photography from that direction, as opposed to, like, I had to learn all the photography stuff that I know. And luckily YouTube is great. You learn a lot from YouTube, and the best teacher is trial and error. You just try stuff until whatever you figure out looks the best. So, all right, we got. Actually, we're getting. Actually, it's not as lopsided, one-sided as I thought. So Jay Hartzler says, saw your videos on YouTube and got inspired. Thanks, thanks, man. Astonishing Pick says, hard to say, but I guess I was neither. I already had toys, but seeing other people post toy pics, other people post toy pics, then inspired me to take pics on my phone and then upgrade it to a camera that I still use to this day. Okay, so you were kind of in the, I guess kind of in between, but more towards the collector side, I would say, probably, right? Mr. Clown says, I would say collector, and I wanted to do something more with my collection and display it. Yeah, that's I feel like that's probably the most common thing. That's me too, pretty much. Dad Hobby says, ex-wife told me to do something with my collection or sell them. All right, I guess that's quite the ultimatum. Let's see. So Hang Solo says, been thinking about 112 Zombies. Awesome. Javier says, was a photographer. Watched one of your videos and got hooked. Oh, that's so cool. So Javier, you were already a photographer. That's so cool. And Poncho Studio says, I just use my phone to shoot figures. That's awesome. I did that for literally years before I stepped it up to a camera. And even when I got a camera, it wasn't like a nice camera. It was just like something that I point and shoot, you know what I mean? Jack Reese says, neither. Then I saw your channel, grabbed some Lego Troopers, and went outside. That's so cool. Kai Krieger says, what's your opinion on the new Jet Trooper? I think he's awesome. Actually, Colin, I did a whole video with that Jet Trooper. The jetpack video. It's on the channel right now. So this is cool. Selzerock says, I started shooting music videos, then photography, and then toy photography. That's awesome. That's really cool. Actually, one of my buddies, he does music videos and stuff like that, and he was in the abandoned Ironworks video with me. He does a lot of shooting like live concerts and stuff, but he will do toy stuff with me every once in a while. It's awesome. So Lucan says, I had like 20 figs, then I saw a Sirdork video, and now I have, was that 1 million? Now he has 1 million. That's so many toys, Lucan. Where do you fit them all? TCW says, I saw toy pics, but I was looking to do stop motion, but I took one pic and was hooked on toy photography as I was in lockdown for 8 weeks. That's awesome. Victor says, I was into 1/6 scale figs, but was doing street photography as well, and then saw what people were doing on toy. That's so cool. I'm so interested in hearing what you guys are doing here. Jamie Hild says, I was into drawing, and soon why not try toy photography? Awesome. Max World says, I was a collector, although I have experience working in film studio. Right. Came across your pictures first on Google, then looked you up on YouTube, and boom, off to the races. That's awesome. That's just cool to know that that you saw my stuff on Google. That's cool. That's just really cool. And so not so epic says, I remember when I was 9, I went to YouTube and I saw one of your videos that had a stormtrooper, and I clicked and I became addicted. Oh, that's so cool, you guys. That's so cool. Lucan says, on the real, you have saved me also in so many ways, Jared. Lucan, dude, you are awesome. You have saved me, my man. That's so cool. Thank you, man. Okay, so we're a pretty solid 61% of us have started as collectors before getting into toy photography. 21% of people were already photographers and then got into it. I'm actually quite surprised. I thought it was going to be more towards collectors, to be honest. And then 18% said neither. So that's really cool. That's really awesome. Whoa, Josh Beckham says, I bought my first camera in 1977 to take pics of the Flint Bishop Airport Air Show. I've liked taking photos ever since. That is so cool. That's gotta be fun, taking pictures of planes and stuff. That's awesome. All right, here we go. What's the next question here? Here we go. All right, this is a good one. This will be a fun one. So the next question is, have you ever destroyed a figure during a photo shoot? Have you ever destroyed a figure during a photo shoot? Have you ever destroyed a figure during a photo shoot? I feel like the vast majority will hopefully say no to this, because I definitely don't want to hear about everyone just destroying their figures. I have once, and I feel like most people think that I probably destroy them all the time. It's actually quite rare when I ever really get any major damage on figures. It's actually quite rare. I almost never do. I mean, sometimes a little bit, but I don't really mind. I kind of do it anyway. But yeah, I have a video that I put out a very long time ago that got quite a few views, and it's called Boba Fett's Revenge. And I pretty much burnt the heck out of this beautiful white prototype Boba Fett figure. And then he got all burnt, and I was like, you know what? Let me make the best out of it. So with the burns, I kind of turned him into this cool, awesome, custom Boba Fett. You know, I should have grabbed him to do that. But yeah. So right now we're at 28% have said yes, but 72% have said no. So that's good. Silver Moon said, I would say no. As I mentioned earlier, I lost a part of a figure, and the figure is still intact, missing one of the accessories. So let's see. Lachlan Luke says, well, I naturally weather some storm Lego minifigures. So no, I would say when you're weathering them, you know, you're purposefully customizing them. When you're out just destroying them by accident with a firework or something, that's different. That's quite different. So Jay Hartzler says, haven't destroyed any yet, but have lost accessories. Yeah, me too. Gabriel says, Jared, do you have any WWE figures? I do have one that I bought specifically to tear in half. So I guess you could say I destroyed it. But if anyone watched the Blood and Gore video, I bought a WWE figure and I ripped it in half. Max World says, no, but sure come close to doing a reenactment of your Boba Fett's Revenge. Just swapped him out for no Beskar Mando. Well, sort of turned out my white. Well, I'm glad it came close and didn't actually happen, because I don't want your Beskar Mando to get burnt up, you know. Siva says, destroying your figure adds character to your figure and is now one with a very specific damage. Yes, Siva, and also it has a very specific story behind it too. And I actually really enjoy telling that story. It's quite fun. And it turned into a successful YouTube video, so that's cool. Yeah, and so far we're at 72% no, which I'm glad to hear no one's damaging their figures. Every once in a while I'll get a little bit of damage, very slight, but that's okay. It adds character. Sabrina B says, I took a Nendroid with me to Canada's Wonderland and I set it up on a bride to get the cute pic. Some kid ran up and bumped the railing and she almost fell off. We caught her but lost the hat in the winter. Oh man, some kid ruined it. That stinks. But geez, that was a close call. Good catch. I'm sorry you lost the hat though. Dwayne says, many of my figures have broken limbs or scuff marks on them. There have been times when I've had to cut off the figure's legs or arms in order to pose them in a certain way. You know what, Dwayne, I've definitely been in that situation where, yeah, the articulation is limiting what I want in the photo. I have never gone as far as actually breaking the figure on purpose to do that. I mean, I don't know if you did it on purpose or not, but I have definitely popped limbs out to pose them and stuff before, but I don't think I've ever actually broken them. But I mean, it's worth it. I mean, for the photos you're creating, it's absolutely worth it. And yes, absolutely. So that's really cool to know. I did not know that. Let's hear. So Not So Epic says, I tried to burn my flame trooper but failed. Well, I'm glad you didn't burn him, so that's good. Marvel Kicks sends a super chat. Thank you. It says, really appreciate all you do for the community. I especially appreciate the Black Toy Photographers video. Keep up the great work. Marvel Kicks, that's no, thank you. I mean, all of this stuff I'm doing because I love it, and you guys are here watching my channel, so thank you. That's really nice of you. Marvel Kicks, that's so awesome. Thank you so much, dude. That's super nice of you, and also unnecessary. I will say that, but I do very much appreciate that. Thank you. That's so nice. Sonic Burst just says I've never. All right, well that's good. Lucan says, when I was a kid in the 80s, I shot like 80 of my Joes with a Red Viper BB gun or Red Ryder BB gun. That's hilarious. That's so funny. RJ Sub says, I've broken them getting out of the plastic. That's too bad. That's happened to me. I am Ricky Freaky says, my Mandalorian hot toys got damaged on the helmet. When I'm doing toy photography outdoors, I feel so bummed because it was expensive. Well, maybe you can scuff it up or whatever, buff it out. Actually, one time we were, this is when Harleen was doing toy photography with me. For a while, she did it and she really loved it. She was Chaos Cuties on Instagram. I don't know, and she's using a smoke bomb, and the smoke we didn't quite realize how badly the smoke bombs would damage your figures if you get them too close. And she used a blue smoke bomb on a brand new Nendoroid, and totally just dyed the face blue, just blue, and that was quite disappointing. And she was able to kind of clean it up and swap out the face, but the other face was just done. So that was unfortunate. But I'm glad to hear that 72% of everybody have not destroyed a toy during a photo shoot. So that's good. That is good to hear. 28% of us have done it, so including myself. So there's that one. All right, let's see what other questions do I got here. I've got a few more. All right, so moving on to the back here. All right, so this is the question that I had. Dude, Lucan sends a super chat too for dude. Thank you so much for the cute little hungry hippo guy. Thank you, Lucan. That's incredibly nice of you. And seriously, you guys, that's totally unnecessary. I'm telling you right now, but I do very much appreciate it. Seriously, thank you, Lucan. You are the man. You're the man. So this question is the one that I have on the thumbnail. So this is a really fun question that I really enjoy talking about because it's almost controversial for what my option is. Do you keep your boxes? Do you keep your boxes? I keep them. They are precious. Or do you throw them away? I chuck them. Or do you just throw your boxes away? Once you open it up, you throw it away. Which do you do? When you open up a brand new figure and you're like, ooh, yeah, it smells good. And then do you keep that box forever? Do you keep it in a closet where you keep all the boxes forever and ever? I wish I could do. I thought, because I have my phone here, I thought I'd be able to also answer the polls. Because, oh, Jamie Hild says they stay in the trash. All right. So far, 63% are saying, I keep them, they are precious. Gabriel says, keeping 110%. And, okay, so Selzerock says, depends on what toy it is. So, I don't keep my boxes anymore. I used to keep them all, and then when we moved, I was like, why am I keeping these? There's no point in me keeping them. I need to just throw them away. And I threw them all away. Tons of boxes. So many boxes. But I threw them away and I felt really good. I felt really, really good about it. You know, even like, you know, my Figuarts boxes, my Mafex, even the expensive ones, I threw them away. But, so Dwayne has a good thing, and he's got a good point. He says, I keep the boxes for my higher end figures like Hot Toys, but I throw out most of the boxes for my less expensive figures. Yes, so yeah, for all of my Hot Toys, I keep those boxes, and any statues I have, I keep those boxes. Like this guy, I still have his box. I definitely still have his box because, yeah, I need it just in case I need that. So, yeah, for expensive stuff that needs to be securely put into a box upon moving or something. Yes, those boxes I still have, even though they're the biggest boxes and the biggest spacer taker-uppers. But yes, I do give those away. Give them away. Why'd I say that? I do keep those. But everything else I throw away. Throw it all away. Because you know what, guys? There's no point. There's no point. You can just throw them away. You can get rid of them. Or you don't have to even throw them away. You can just recycle them. You recycle them. Great. It's good for the environment. You're recycling. You don't have any. You don't have any. You're saving so much space. Like, so much space. Oh my gosh. And it just feels good. TCW, dude, sends a super chat. Dude, that's so incredibly nice. This is, you guys are being super nice tonight. Thank you, guys. Thank you. That TCW, that's incredibly nice of you, my friend. You were the man. So I'm curious. So right now we're at 61% saying we keep the boxes. So let's see here. So Not So Epic says I just keep the ones with nice art. That's good. A lot of them have great art. LV says I have a hoarding issue with the boxes. I know, right? I know the feeling. I used to have literally a room full of boxes at one point. So yeah, they don't hold much value once they're open. Well, I mean, the boxes don't hold much value on their own, but I mean the figures still depends on what it is. But yeah, I feel like I missed a bunch of them. A bunch of comments. So Toybox Unleashed says I keep them to cut up and make poster collages out of them for my toy cave, and along with cool toy pics worth printing. That's cool. That's a really cool idea. That's a really cool idea. Silver Moon said most of the time I throw them away. However, if I get a figure that I've paid a decent amount of money for, like a Figure Arts Cayman Rider, I'll keep the figures and keep them in the box. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. That's definitely reasonable. But Lucan says I've seen the boxes sell for $5 on Mercari. See, that just interests me. Like, who is just gonna buy a box? Like, if I was looking online and I was like, oh, look, a box, I want that box for $5. Like, who wants just the box? I don't know. Or unless the only time I could think someone might want the box is if they bought the figure loose and then they want a box to go with it. That could make sense. Porgstew says I collect Black Series, so it's almost as cool as the figure itself. That's cool. I used to keep my Black Series boxes too and put them in the shelf and line them up with the numbers and everything. I mean, I do have a bunch of Black Series that are in the boxes still, which is, there's quite a bit over here. So I don't know if you guys can see all these boxes. So there's quite a few. It's a little bit of a fun collection I've got going on here. So yeah, 60%. I'm actually, you know what? I'm actually surprised that 40% of you guys chuck them, just throw them away or recycle them. I thought it'd be more one-sided towards keeping them, because every time I ever say that I just throw them away, like most of the reactions I get are just like, no, what are you doing? So that's very surprising to me. It's very, very surprising. But I will say, if you're hoarding the boxes, if you're hoarding them, whether it be, you know, just Hasbro stuff, or even if it's like Figure Arts and stuff like that, I'm telling you right now, you don't have to. I'm telling you right now, like, you don't have to. I know it feels like you have to. It feels like you have to, right? Like I can't throw them away. But I'm telling you, you don't have to. I mean, if you are worried about that getting damaged when you move or anything, but what I do when I move is I just put them in little baggies, put them in little Ziploc baggies, pack them up, be careful with it, and it's good. So yeah, I am quite surprised. I thought it was going to be more one-sided, but good for you guys who have the strength to throw them away. I'm telling you, it's not easy. It is not easy. But once you do it, if you go and you clear out that whole space, you're going to feel good. You're going to feel real good. Max over here saying, I have to keep them. Max World, I have to keep them. Fred Evans wants to start a box support group. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Okay, so I do have quite a few questions more, but I'm I'm going to be open to questions that you guys might have, and I can throw them in there too. Okay. All right, so this is a fun one. So I'm going to end this poll. Oh, H's and Animations got to go. Thanks for being here. Sonic Burst just says throw it away. So often, us toy collectors are probably, most people are aware that there are a lot of bootlegged figures out there. Figures that are made by some place in China that is like not the real place, and it's just a sad bootlegged fake version of something that you wanted, and the quality is way lower. And sometimes you can accidentally buy them. You go on eBay and be like, whoa, that amazing Yamaguchi Deadpool is only $20. What? Buying it right now. And then you get it, and it's just like this crappy, junky, low quality piece of junk. Hang Solo says, I want a hat, Sirdork. I'm gonna make them. Don't worry. I gotta get the time to do that. So the next question is, have you ever accidentally bought a bootlegged figure? Have you ever accidentally bought a bootlegged figure? So I'm going to say yes, no, or I buy them on purpose. Maybe you're like, you know what? They're bootlegged and I know it. But I'm gonna get them anyway because it's cheaper, and you know what? I don't care if it's a bootleg or not. So I will say I've proudly never accidentally bought a bootlegged figure. At least that I know of, unless I have some really good looking boot that really good looking boot that I don't even know is a boot. So luckily when I first started collecting, I became very aware of the fact that bootlegs exist right away, because I started collecting when this store opened up near me called I Has Toys, and it's this amazing toy store, and I love the guy's work in there. I love the guy who owned it. It was awesome. I went there like at least once a week just to go there, and so I got to be very educated, I guess, about toys and collecting from those guys, and so that's how I learned what boots were, what a bootleg was, and so I learned quite a bit. So I've never accidentally got one. So average guy collects. How's it going, dude? Says never accidentally have bought bootlegs, but on purpose occasionally. Not so epic says one too many. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. RJ Stubb says no. If it seems too good to be true, it usually is. There you go, RJ. Speaking the truth. If you see a figure that's like, whoa, that's a good price. Whoa. Isn't that thing usually like $100, like $20? It's probably a boot. Especially if it's from Hong Kong. It's a boot. Toybox Unleashed says, I got a bootlegged NECA Dark Night Joker off eBay. Real box bootleg fig for $74. Oh man, that sucks. Wow, they really got you there. Infernal Hippo says, never bought from eBay, mainly from Amazon, Dorkside Toys, and GameStop. Okay, so you're getting from reliable places. Amazon you can get some boots on Amazon. eBay is definitely full of it. I mean, you can still, of course, get good figures off of eBay. I have bought... Actually, you know what? I got him off of eBay. He's not a boot. I'm telling you right now, he is not a boot. But I did buy him off of eBay. He's my first hot toy. I did get him off of eBay. Hang Solo says bootlegs are technically cross over into 3D printing because you make figures that are not available. That's true. Technically, anything you 3D create is, I guess, a bootleg. Well, maybe not, because I feel like a bootleg. I mean, yes, you're definitely right in some ways, Hang Solo. But I would say that a bootleg is specifically made to look like another very specific toy. You know, if it's just something that's not licensed, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bootleg. It's like this. I'm looking to buy this specific Figuarts figure, and this is a fake version of this very specific Figuarts figure. You know what I mean? Fred Evans says, are you talking about those third-party companies? No. Actually, Fred, that's a good thing to bring up. So Fred says, are you talking about third-party companies? Well, there are a lot of companies like Star Ace, figures, for instance. Star Ace Figures makes a lot of really beautiful, like 1/6 scale figures that are of these characters that are very well known, but they're not licensed. So like they make what's a good example? So I know they have like a figure of the Flash from the show, the TV show, The Flash, but it's not called the Flash. It's called like the Red Streak or whatever they call it in the show, or something that isn't the licensed name. You know what I mean? Like it's not like it'll be called something that's not what it is. So those are like there's a Superboy figure that Star Race does. This really great looking Superboy from Titans, and I think it's just called Boy Wonder or something. So it's not called Superboy, because Superboy would have to be licensed by DC, and then they'd have to give DC a certain percent or whatever the deal they make with DC is. But they would need permission, and DC is probably going to get a cut of that because it's their figure. TCW, my man, dude, thank you so much for the super chat, man. You don't have, that's so nice. So you don't have to do that. You're a good dude. Thank you, man. That's incredibly nice of you. I'm telling you, you guys don't have to do that, but thank you so much. Yeah, I've never accidentally gotten a bootleg. As far as I know, unless I have one that's really good and I haven't been able to tell that it's a boot. Like maybe this guy, maybe he's a boot. No, he's not. Jamie Hild says, Jared, where is the membership located? If you go right underneath the video right now, if you're on your phone, right where it usually says subscribe, there's a little join button. Or if you just go to the YouTube channel, and there's a tab at the top, where it says like videos, playlists, uploads. There's one that says membership, and then everything is right there for the membership. So LV is kind of talking about a bootleg. Bootleg is like a replica, whereas a 3D print is more of a customized figures. Yeah, you could say that. Yeah. So Javier says bootleg is an unauthorized sale or copy of an original item. China is big on this, and there's no patent rights in Asia. So there you go. That's a good way to say it. That's good. And so the word bootleg comes from prohibition, right? From when I don't know history very well, but during prohibition, alcohol was illegal. But there were people still making alcohol and selling it, and they were called bootleggers, right? And I don't remember why. I'm sure I'm doing a bad job with it, but yeah, it's not an officially licensed thing. Like I have a lot of bootlegged Pokemon plushes. I've quite a few of them because they're actually pretty nice. And for a while, like you couldn't get them in the real version, but you could get a fake one, and it would look great. So yeah, that's basically what a bootleg is. It's it's not a real. It's like if so this figure right here, this is the carbonized Black Series Inquisitor chick. So if some company in China wanted to make this exact figure, but not getting a license from Star Wars or from it's not Hasbro making it. They're just copying it, and they're making this exact figure, trying to fool you into thinking you're buying this figure for a cheaper price, but no, you're not. You're just buying a fake version. That's basically what a bootleg is. So the way to avoid that is most of the time, like a lot of you guys have said in the oh, okay. So Siva says they used to conceal the fake bottles in boots. Oh, and yes, it was during Prohibition. He Googled it, and oh. Crap, TCW sends another super chat. Dude, you are being way too nice. Thank you so much for everything you're doing. That's incredibly nice of you. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. But yeah, the way to avoid them is if you see a figure that is typically very expensive, whatever, and you see it super cheap, and it's like, they're using stock images. There's no real photos, like it's a used, someone took it with their phone. They're using stock images, and make sure to check where it's from. If you're on eBay and you see it and you see it's from Hong Kong or sometimes Taiwan, sometimes that usually means it's fake. So, yeah, definitely just do some research. If you see something that looks I don't remember who it was in the live chat. If you see something and it looks too good to be true, it probably is. And some bootlegs are really good, but I've also held some bootlegs that are not, and just really bad and not worth it. Not worth it. Head falls off all the time. You know, you try to lift the arm up and it just goes near. You know, it's not good. But Hang Solo says, I've seen bootlegs that are better than the original. So that's interesting too. I'm sure there are. That's awesome. So if you found a figure that was cheaper but better, there you go. That's awesome. I forgot I still have a can of Mountain Dew here. All right. So that's the end of that one. That was a good one. It's definitely cool to see what people think about that. Actually, there was a store in a mall that's very close to me, and they sold a lot of figures, but they had a ton of fake stuff. Bunch of fake Nendoroids, fake Figma figures. And I was just like, do these guys know that they're trying to sell me bootleg figures for full price? Like and it turns out they didn't know that they were fake. But I was frustrated going into the store because I thought that they were just trying to fool us. That was Alexa going off. Okay, so let's see what the next question is. Oh, actually, Joe Young says, "Oh my God, I got these cheap Walmart 1/18 Harley Davidson bikes for Zartan and Dreadnought." Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. And oh, Javier sees that's the problem, that China does not need permission from the manufacturers to copy them because of the non-existent patent law. Wow, that's really interesting. So that's why it happens in China all the time. That's so cool. TCW says, are you getting sponsored by Mountain Dew yet? Actually, for a while I kind of was, which was really cool. But yeah, for a while Mountain Dew was sending me stuff, and I did a job for them once. I had to take pictures for money, which was really cool. But I haven't really heard anything from them in a while, so guess not. But all right, here we go. Let's see what I got next here. All right, this is a fun one. Okay, so one of the really cool things about toy photography is, you know, where a lot of the figures we're posting, you know, like if I post a picture of Deadpool and I tag Ryan Reynolds in it, and I'm like, man, I really hope Ryan Reynolds sees my picture. Maybe he'll see it and maybe he'll like it. And sometimes stuff like that really does happen. It really does happen. Javier says, Jared, are you sure he's not a bootleg? This guy? But yeah, every once in a while we will, you know, we'll tag the celebrity in the photo, and you know, who knows what it is. Could be Mark Hamill. You know, you post a picture of Punisher and you tag John Bernthal in it, or you take a picture of the Blue Power Ranger and you tag David Yost in it, or whoever the celebrity may be, and you're always like, man, I hope maybe they'll like it, you know. And sometimes they do. That's the power of social media, which is great. So I'm curious to see if that's ever happened to anybody. So has a celebrity ever commented or liked your toy photo? Has a celebrity ever commented or liked your toy photo? So let's see. So Hang Solo says Gina Carano liked my toy photo. That's cool. That's really cool. Oh, Fred Evans, have a good night, man. Ferocious Figure says just you, Jared. I definitely don't count. I'm telling you right now. That's so funny though. Average Guy says Mark Hamill liked a Luke Skywalker picture I posted on Twitter. Legitimately one of the best moments of my life. That is so awesome. No, I don't count, you guys. Jason David Frank liked it. That's cool. I'm not a. You guys. I'm literally just a dweeby guy who likes to take pictures of toys, just like you guys. So a lot of you guys are saying not yet. So a lot of are no, and it's really cool. A lot of depending on who it is, you'll be able to catch somebody. Siva said, I asked Jared once what he thought of one of my drawings, and he liked it. So yeah, it happened to me once. I'm sure that's probably happened many of times, Siva. Astonishing Pic says, Jason David Frank has liked a photo of mine back when my pictures weren't as good, and now it felt like great to see that a celebrity has noticed my work, the work of mine. That's so cool. Congrats. Jason David Frank seems to be very, very interactive with his fans, and he really, truly values his fans. And I think I feel like he knows that if it wasn't for them, he probably wouldn't really be anywhere right now. Post being a Power Ranger. I'm Ricky Freaky says, I tagged Steve Cardenas, the Red Ranger from Power Rangers Season 2, and he liked my photo when I was into Power Rangers. That's so cool. A lot of Power Rangers. Well, one of the things is there's been a whole lot of Power Rangers, and there's been a whole lot of Power Rangers just in general. And a lot of them, I'm going to sound mean, but I feel like a lot of them don't necessarily have a huge career in like acting necessarily after that. I don't know. And so, and they're just super grateful for their fans. So a lot of Power Rangers. So one time I posted those Power Ranger Mountain Dew ones. Actually, it was with this can. I posted the Blue Ranger stabbing this can, and there's blue Mountain Dew going everywhere. And the Blue Power Ranger, David Yost, he liked it, and he commented, and he shared it on his story, which I was like, oh, that's so cool. That's so crazy. And I've had a couple times. One time I posted the Mortal Kombat figure, and the guy who plays Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat, he commented on it. He was like, sick, and I was like, whoa, that's cool. Actually, and I posted a picture of Aquaman once, and I tagged, Jason Momoa didn't like it, so that would have been cool, but I tagged James Wan in it, who's the director of Aquaman, and he liked it. And I was like, that was really huge. I was really surprised that he liked it. I was kind of blown away. Yeah. And have there been any more? There probably have been. Why can't I not think of it anymore? But here and there, little celebrities like that. And that's just so cool when that happens. Astonishing Pic says, I also got a like from Steve Cardenas, but the odd thing is I didn't tag him. But glad he liked my pick of the Black Dino Thunder Ring. That's awesome. Let's see. Sorry, Lucan. Let's see. Who else? I'm trying to see if anybody else has had a situation here. Lucan says, I get brands too besides those celebrities. That's true. When you get a comment by a brand, that is really cool. I mean. Yeah, that's so awesome. And actually, who am I talking about? When Mountain Dew first liked and messaged me about the thing, I was freaking out. I was like, oh my god, Mountain Dew himself. So that's so cool. That's so cool. Some wrestlers, sounds like you guys. That's really cool. Toy Story says, did you guys know the Yellow Ranger from Power Rangers Lost Galaxy is the naked foreign exchange student in Not Another Teen Movie? No. I did not know that. Well, that's good to know. I'm sure everyone's going to go hop onto Netflix and see that movie's on there. That's so funny. Whew, all right, so far we're getting 31% yes. 31%, that's so cool. And 69% saying no. 31 is still pretty high. So I would say definitely continue to tag celebrities in it. I mean, the big celebrities, chances are they're not even running their account. It could be somebody else doing it because they have to for their PR or whatever. And, whatever. And the people that have so many followers, like if you're going to tag Ryan Reynolds, you know how many photos he gets tagged in? In order for him to even see it, you would have to get lucky and tag him right as he's looking at his phone, and it pops up. And if it's not, then it's just gonna get lost instantly. I mean, like someone like me, I have a slightly okay amount. I have 70 something thousand on Instagram, and that's amazing. Holy crap, it's amazing. But compared to like someone like Ryan Reynolds with millions and millions, that's a tiny little fraction. And sometimes I even have trouble keeping track of things. Can you imagine like what it's like for Ryan Reynolds? You know, every time he gets tagged in a Deadpool picture, and I tag him in all my Deadpool pictures. But can you imagine? It's probably just crazy for him. Crazy. So Infernal Hippo says, well, a stormtrooper from The Mandalorian follows me, and I talked to him about that experience. That's cool. That's cool. RJ Sub says, a lot of celebrities don't even run their own social media accounts. Right. So, that's alright. Joe Young says, I'm not doing this for any money or sponsors. I'm just a kid at heart and just keeping myself young for a while. You know what, Joe? Keep yourself young forever. By doing what you love, and that's toy photography. That's so cool. But it definitely is really special when you see a celebrity or someone that you just admire, you know, liking your stuff. I get excited when people that, like, just some people in the community comment or say something. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Wow, thanks. So, all right. You know what? I actually only have one more thing. So I'll have to see what you guys have, if you guys have any other ideas for questions. So actually, this one is not. This is still a fun one. I am very curious to see how you guys display your figures, or if you display them at all, because you know sometimes you have so many, just keep them in a bin or whatever. Like, so, do you display your figures, or keep them in bins? Do you display them or you just keep them in a bin? Display, or you bin it up? Oop, not display or bin. Bin. So, yeah, that's a good question. For your figures that you collect, do you display them? Or do you just keep them in bins somewhere just because you have to? TCW, dude, with another super chat. That's incredibly nice. Dude, you're being awesome. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you. Oh, okay, so Hang Solo and Toymirth are saying both. I should have done both. Joe Young says, if you go... So Joe Young said, can I give you my email, Sirdork? Anybody can always send me a message on social media, and that's actually how I prefer to talk with you guys, like on Instagram. But, yeah, if you go to my website and go to sirdork.com and go to the contact button, you're basically sending me an email, and then I'll just respond it to you through email. So that is the best way to email. TCW, dude. I can definitely see that you're having fun with this. But thank you, dude, for the super chat. You're going crazy over there. Thank you, dude. Thank you. So Not So Epic, it says, has a celebrity liked your photos? Yes, I was talking about it earlier. A few celebrities had liked some of mine in the past, which is really, really awesome. So Sam Demand says, next question, favorite figure brand. See, I would love to do a question like that, but I can't because it has to be multiple choice, either yes or no, or like a multiple choice. So there's just so many brands, you know. So unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to do a question like that, as much as I would love to. Okay, so far we have 56% of people display them, and actually 44% of people just keep them in bins. Curtis Reynolds says, I have one room for my stuff, and it's to the point where I should start rotating stuff. So half displayed, half in bins. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm getting to that point. And you know what? Like, we talk about Harleen and I talk about our future together all the time, and kids and stuff like that, and I can't wait for that. And I'm like, well, geez, when that happens, like, I'm not going to be able to have my figure displays out like crazy. There's no way that like I'm gonna have to put them in bins. You know, that's not child-proof. That is not child-proof. Linda says, I keep them individually bagged with their accessories and stands, and then when I want to shoot them, I grab the bags. That's cool. That's really smart. Siva says, Curtis Reynolds, this is a long shot, but do you live in upstate New York? That's where we're from. Kai Krieger says, what about a backpack? Backpack works. definitely. I'm sure I probably saw that backpack, Colin, when we were in Lake Placid shooting together. Colin was at one of the toy photography immersions, which there is another one coming up in May, and right now we still haven't had anybody sign up yet. So it's coming up, you guys. It's coming up. If you're interested in going on one of those toy photography in-person workshops that I do, Colin was there. Yeah, let me know. I can send you all the information. It's coming up, and there's one happening in May. So, yeah, if anybody's interested. Toy Box Unleashed says all over. Sometimes I feel like Toy Story, Toy Story was real. I'll go down to the toy cave and be like, I'm pretty sure that foot soldier was standing up and Raphael had his hands in a coat pocket. That's so funny. Oh, Siva says, I know somebody named Curtis Reynolds, and I see from time to time. It would be crazy if it was the same person. That's so funny. Joe Young said, kids, man, kids in bins. Yeah, that's probably gonna happen to me, Joe, in the future. Lock the door, says Ferocious Figures. Yeah, well, it's like in the middle of our like living room, dining room, like main area, so like it's not like they're blocked off. It's just the way it is. RJ Sub says, I have about 12 of them right here next to me waiting to be shot. Yeah, I know that feeling. That's for sure. TCW says, just curious, does people want to see BTS time-lapse videos on my YouTube? I do BTS and TikTok every day, but not sure if people want to see that full process. I mean, I love seeing the behind the scenes. Absolutely. Absolutely. So TCW, make sure to follow TCW's YouTube channels. I'm pretty sure it's under TCW Studios, right? And Siva says he's been a member for 8 months. Siva, I still, thank you so much, dude, for being a member. Like, I tell you all the time, like, you're just awesome for doing that. Like, you're amazing. He says, holy crap, I just remembered when you first started live streaming before your birthday. Yeah, it was right before it was. It's already coming up again. Can't believe it. That's true. It's almost been a year since we've been doing the live stream. And I will say, you guys, I know I say thank you so much a million times every time I do a live stream, but I really do mean it. Like, before I started doing this live show thing, I always, I thought about it for so long, and I was like, I'd love to do, a live, show every week on YouTube, or I can have cool stuff, and I can switch around and do, stuff like this, and stuff like this, and, click on stuff, and, have different, and so I finally figured it out, and I'm able to do it, and it's been 8 months, and I'm just so happy that you guys are here, so thank you all so much. Really, really appreciate, thank you guys. Oh, it's That Local Boy says, hey Jared, just tuning in. Hey, it's That Local Boy. How's it going? Thanks for being here, man. So, back to our final question that we have. So 66% of you guys actually do display. Same here. I don't have any figures in bins, really. Everything is displayed, which is crazy. It's starting to get hard. But 34% are going to bins. And you know what? I eventually might get to that point. The display is tough. As much as I love the way it looks, and I feel like our house looks like a museum, but yeah, it's gonna get tough. It's gonna get tough. It's gonna get real tough. So, I will end this poll. I would love to see if anybody else has any other ideas for questions. If you guys have any ideas for questions, throw them in the live chat. I would love to hear that. And but of course the questions have to be multiple choice, and they also have to be somewhat related to the topic. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would love to hear it. And it's got to be multiple choice. Yes or no. Yes or no would be great. But so Javier says, Jared, what do you do to stay upbeat during days that you feel like not doing anything and uninspired to do a shoot? Well, actually, Javier, that does happen. That definitely happens. And you know what? It's been tough lately for me. This convention that we're trying to do it's been really, really exhausting, and it's a lot of work, and it's been tough for me lately. And so Javier, what I would say on the days where you don't feel like doing a shoot, don't feel like you have to. Don't push yourself to do a shoot. Oh my gosh, TCW with another 99 freaking super chat, dude. Thank you so much. You are amazing, amazing. Thank you, my friend. But Javier, on a day where you're feeling not super upbeat and you want to shoot and you don't have to, you know what? Don't feel like you have to shoot ever. You know, on a time where you don't feel like shooting and you feel like you're gonna fall behind, you know what? That's okay. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. And you can just take this time to collect yourself, recuperate, have a good night, enjoy yourself, do something that you just feel like doing, whether that just be watching your favorite movie, do that. And then you know what? Maybe tomorrow, if you're feeling up to it, then you can go and do it. Don't ever feel like you have to shoot. You have to do this. You know, because I know how a hobby can sometimes feel like it's a job. I know that. But it's not. It's fun. Only do it because it's fun. So, yeah. That's what I would say to that. Hang Solo says favorite Star Wars character. I can't do that question because it's got to be multiple choice. I can't. There's a million Star Wars characters. I wish I could do that. Okay, so Toy Box Unleashed says, when you buy figures, is it just for a shoot or because you want to just add it to the collection? That's a good idea. Let's do that one. So, do you buy figures mainly to shoot or just to collect? That's a really good question, because that's actually changed a little bit for me recently. So, I almost did yes or no. So, I will only buy figures I plan on shooting now, just to keep myself sane. Actually, that's a good one. Siva says, you should see what people's educational backgrounds are. Math, science, liberal arts, fitness, art, music, or other. That's a cool idea. That's a really cool idea. As far as for shooting or just to collect, I really I try my best to only buy figures that I plan on shooting, because I don't have enough space for anything I'm not planning on shooting, and it also just helps to I guess both. A lot of people are saying both. I should have done both. But I would say for me too that every once in a while I will buy something just for the collection. So pretty much everything I have on the walls here, I buy just for the collection. I'm not going to shoot them because they're in the box. Like I got this guy the other day. I don't ever plan on shooting this Grievous, because he looks cool in the box. The box is everything. The box is the reason why I wanted this retro, Tarkovsky Clone Wars stuff. And you know what? For the Hot Toys, I do shoot them a lot. Actually, this guy I shoot a lot. But for the most part, I just get them because I want to have them. So I guess I do buy for both a lot. Okay, so maybe both. Toy Story says, poll question. You have 3 figures, Jared. You keep one, destroy one, and you give one away. I just don't know what figures to put on the top of the poll. That's funny. That sounds so keep one, destroy one, and then give away. So like the marry blank kill. I don't know how we would do that in multiple choice though. We would need. I don't think we can do that. Because that would be fun. But I don't think we can do that in this format, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't think we would be able to, because we would need to give like a bunch of answers. That's too bad. So it seems like the vast majority, everyone's saying both. And that's definitely, that seems to be the majority. I should have put that one in as an answer, for sure. Whoa, Colin just joined the membership. That's so cool. Colin, well, thank you, dude. Welcome. Thanks so much. That's incredibly nice of you. That's That's awesome. I'm looking forward to hopefully maybe seeing you in the Discord server. That will be so awesome. Colin, that's awesome. Thank you so much, dude, for joining. You're amazing. You've already done so much. You know, you freaking came on the immersion trip with me, man. That's so cool. Thank you so much, Colin. You are an awesome guy. Actually, it's that local boy says, would you rather do indoor or outdoor photography? And we actually did that question earlier. Okay, so I'm looking in the live chat now to see something that we would do. Siva, I would love to do yours, but I think that I can only put 4 different options for the multiple choice. So as much as I would love to do, so one being math/science, liberal arts, fitness, art and music, and other. I feel like as much as I would love to do that, I don't think we'll be able to just. It would be such a wide thing trying to stick them into 4 different options, which is just too bad. RJ says, what kind of photos do you like to take? Action, dramatic, comedic, portrait, or other? I really like that idea. Colin, actually really RJ, I actually really like that idea. I think we might do that one. And Kai Krieger says, me and my family want to support you. You and your parents are like the coolest people ever. Like, you guys are amazing, and I really loved spending time with you guys during the thing. I really loved that. Hope we see you at the con soon. Let's see. Oh, Hang Solo says Black Stereo Stormtroopers are showing up on Ollie's at Ollie's. Okay, I gotta go to Ollie's then. Okay, so we end up being 69% of people are buying figures mainly to shoot, even though mostly you guys are saying both. So, what kind of photos do you like to take? Action, dramatic, comedic, or other? Or portrait? Portrait is one, or other, but I can only do 4. Oh wait, action, dramatic. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. What's your favorite type of photo to take? What type of photo do you prefer to take? So we're gonna do action, comedic. So we're gonna do action, comedic, portrait. Action, comedic, portrait, or other. We'll do dramatic. I think those are great options. So this is good. So I would choose action. Actually, action and comedy would be the second one, because comedy is a really great way to tell. Like, I feel like comedy with toy photography works so well because they're toys. You know, they're toys. And so there's always going to be that instance of what you're thinking is they're toys. And so that instantly is already kind of like funny. Like, why are these toys doing this? They're toys. And that's already kind of funny. So there's really a great opportunity for some great comedic kinds of stuff in this one. Hang Solo says all of the above. Action and dramatic. Yeah, says Joe. Sam says, oh, talking about Photoshop. Yes, I do use Photoshop. Pancho Studio says, does it cost to be a member? Yes, so Pancho, it's the membership I have is $5 a month, and I put a bunch of in the membership you get to use all of the special emojis and stuff in the live chat. You know, all of the reaction streams, your stuff shows up first. You get to be part of the Discord server. We have member-only live streams all the time. There's a bunch of different stuff. It's all in the description when you click join of all this stuff. So I really just want to make it a really cool thing to give to you guys, and it's been amazing. So thank you guys, for everyone as a member, seriously. So far 56% are saying action. I love the action. It's so much fun. I love kicking up dirt and fire, and I just love that. It's so much fun. I'm quite surprised that comedic is the lowest right now. Because I really think the comedic shots are the most effective. Like, it's just like, because they're already toys, you know, and people, it's already that kind, like, you're already pulled out of reality a little bit by the fact that they're toys, and so why not take advantage of that and make something funny? And yeah, that's like, because that's one of the things I like doing with these challenges with like the egg and tool, because it's always kind of funny, because like they're already toy. Let's take advantage of the fact that they're a toy and do something funny, like with an egg. My toy pick with the egg. That was funny because it's big eggs and Baby Yoda's in a little basket, you know. So I'm surprised that okay, so comedic is actually starting to go up. Linda saying portrait mostly, but trying to work on action. Portrait is very fun to do, because when you're shooting portraits, you don't really have to worry so much about posing and really the storytelling of the. You can just worry about the quality of the photo and the lighting and just making it look really nice. You don't have to worry about all that stuff. Siva says, I love injecting comedy into everything. I always felt like comedy shows a lot of the artist's personality in the work, however subtle it may be, like when horror movies, games have comic relief. Yeah, Siva, we even had a little bit of comic relief sometimes in like in Approaching Infinity in the music, like when we had the clip from Halo in the song Extermination, because it's always like, oh, like it pulls you out and you're like, what, like what? So it's like, yeah, I agree, and everybody loves to laugh, you know. Everybody loves to laugh. Gabriel says, I chose action, but Deadpool is a different story. Deadpool can be funny and action. That's the best one right there. Funny and action. Toymirth says, when you have a lot of followers, you can basically do whatever you want. I mean, I wouldn't go that far. But, actually, when you have a lot of followers, you actually are under a much bigger spotlight, and you gotta really make sure you don't screw up. So there's that too. But I would say when you have a lot of followers, or if you don't have a lot of followers, you can always do whatever you want, because it's your art, you know. It's your art, it's your thing. You can do whatever you want. Doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, unless you're being mean and offensive. Then that's not good. You know. RJ Sub says, depends on the figure, but I try to add humor to my shots. Yeah, it definitely depends on the figure. But then sometimes you could even make the figures that are the most serious. Those can be the ones you want to take advantage, and you can make it be so funny. And there's irony there, because this character's usually serious. So then, you know, there's always that. So action is still taking over here. So yeah, action with 49%, definitely. I'm portrait is in second place with 21%. It's really interesting. So that's really cool. And Siva says, just realized I haven't liked the stream yet. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Smash the like at your earliest convenience. Yeah, no, that would be great, you guys, if you were to smash the like button. Thank you, Siva, and thank you guys for being here. Also, you know what, TCW, I would love to answer this one. Any tips on how to grow on TikTok and YouTube? Actually, so TikTok and YouTube, I would say, are completely different mediums. Completely different. I would say to approach them both very differently. I would say with TikTok, if you're trying to grow on TikTok, the key is to make, and I'm not going to try and pretend I'm a TikTok expert, because I'm not. The key is to make very quick videos. So I would try my best to never make a video over 15 seconds. It's got to be quick. It's got to be engaging right from the second. So whatever your stinger, like right from the first like couple seconds of the video, something has to happen to pull the person in, because when you're scrolling on TikTok, you're watching, you're like, if you're not hooked, if you're not hooked, and that's just the way it is. I'm like that too, because I'll scroll on TikTok too when I'm bored, and if I'm not interested, So it's very important to put the very engaging hook or whatever it is in the beginning of the video almost instantly to make people go like, okay, I'm interested. All right, this is cool. So it's gotta be quick, and I always like to make sure I myself am in the video, because I always feel like I can relate to this video more by seeing the person, and I'm like, oh, so that's the person behind creating this art or whatever. So I think it's important to add yourself into it, even if it's just for a second. Make them quick, and use, I would say definitely use songs that are not even necessarily popular, but kind of fit the tone of this kind of quick, upbeat, engaging video that you're creating. And if you just stick with the popular songs, you're probably better off just doing that. Stick with the popular songs. And so quick, and the key I really think is quick and being engaging right from the second. So it's got to be some kind of hook right at the beginning. So people are like, what was that? Or what's going on here? And it keeps them there for the whole video. So that's what I would say for that. For YouTube, be prepared to put in a lot of hours of work, and I would say watch some YouTube videos and try to style and create a video, and almost even, I don't want, maybe not cinematic, but like make it feel like a really legitimately make it feel like it's got some kind of production value, and that doesn't mean like you need to have big expensive set pieces. Just like put some time into the editing and how the video flows, and do your best to like deliver and talk about what you're doing with confidence, and make it feel like a legit video. Sound quality is good. It's got to be really like just feel like quality, because on YouTube there's literally people using thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of equipment, with nice stuff, with employees just trying to make their YouTube channel good. So you got some good competition, so you have to really just work on every little thing to make your video feel legitimate and like quality, I would say. But it takes a lot of work. Editing is a big deal. So I would say watch a lot of YouTube videos, watch a lot of TikToks, and see how those kind of flow, and use those as examples. So yeah. Toymirth says, do you think about giveaways? I love giving things away, but I don't want to be that person who does it for followers. Toymirth, I think doing giveaways is great. I do giveaways all the time. It's fun. And I would say if you want to do a giveaway, do it. And do something awesome and fun and different. I would say the thing, if you don't want it to make it feel like you're just doing it to get followers, then just don't make it super complicated. Just be like, all you gotta do is drop a comment and follow, and you're good, and you're entered. That's all. But if you're one of those things where it's like, you must share it on your story, you must make a post, you must repost, and you must comment, and then it sounds like too much, and then it kind of, but I'm sure you wouldn't. Yeah, Toymirth, do a giveaway for something awesome, where it's just drop a follow and tag a friend below, and you're all set. Do a giveaway. I love doing giveaways. I haven't done one on here in a long time on the YouTube channel. I should do that again with some trivia or something like that. I love doing that. So I think that's a really cool idea. So I think honestly, I think at this point, I think I'm good with. I think I'm done with doing the poll questions. I think we got a lot of really great ones. Thank you for everyone who sent them in. I've got some, actually you guys were incredibly helpful and got a lot of really good ones in, so we could have these really great conversations. But I think for the rest of the stream, I'm just going to sit here and I'm just going to talk with you guys for a little bit more, and I think that's I'm going to go after that, and that's gonna be it for the rest of the stream. I think I can't say too much later. It can't be another 4-hour stream like usual. Actually, Harleen has this really big cosplay competition this weekend in Philadelphia, where she's competing, and it's really exciting. And she's been doing a lot of work preparing for it, and she needs my help. So I'm gonna help her after with some stuff. Probably take some pictures of her. Joe Young says, what inspires me? A lot of stuff. I mean, honestly, one of my biggest inspirations and motivators is like you guys. Like, I mean, I just love this art and trying to do everything that I can, and I just love it. But like doing stuff and getting the response I get from you guys is just like the most wonderful experience ever. And like doing this right now, I like, even if I'm having a rough day and I just do a live stream like this and I talk to you guys, I just feel so good after that. I just feel really good. So you guys for sure. Hey, and thank you guys for wishing her good luck. She's not even in the room right now. Usually she'd be here, making some commentary. Hang Solo says, how are Harleen's projects going? They're going great. She's going great. And I know a lot of people in the stream probably aren't big makeup people, but she has her own makeup line ready to go. If anyone's interested, hit me up and I'll send you over. And if you want to get some makeup for your girlfriend or your wife or something, Harleen Makeup is the way to go. Send it over to me. RJ Sub says, good luck. Figure Fighter Toy says, I'm here every live. Yes, you are. Thank you, Figure Fighter Toys. You are awesome. Oh, Mr. Tang's World is here. How's it going? Joe Young says, the pics are awesome. You guys are awesome. And John B says, I'm just saying hi to all. I've been missing the live shows because of work. Nice to be on. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. That's so cool. You guys are awesome. And Toy Story says, good luck. I will relay all that information to her afterwards. For sure. Thank you, you guys. You guys are awesome. And Zion Extreme Wrestling says, hey. But the rest of the show is just up to you guys. If you guys have any questions or whatever, just throw me something. TCW says, the Sirdork makeup line coming. There's no Sirdork makeup line coming. Unfortunately, even if I really wanted to, I would not be able to create anything very good because I don't know really the first thing about that. I mean, you know what? I do know a little bit because I am surrounded by that kind of thing. Well, I'm not surrounded, but I have learned. So I do know a little bit, I guess, kind of. I know what, eyeliner and stuff is. Voltron Vulture is back. Thanks for being back, dude. Toymra says, Sirdork camera bag merch. Oh, yeah, I do have a camera bag, kind of. I have the toy photography stuff bag. It should be right on the bottom of the stream. Yeah, it's right here. If you go underneath the stream, the Sirdork toy photography camera and toy photography gear bag is right there. I do have one. It's actually really cool. It's a really cool thing, actually. And Siva says the Sirdork hair product. You guys have way too much faith in me. Actually, the hair product, I have been trying something new right now, and I haven't been washing my hair. I mean, I still shower and stuff. I just don't use shampoo or anything because I saw something that says it makes really makes your hair gets thicker and healthier when you're not using the chemicals and stuff. So I'm trying it, and so far it's been very, very voluminous and stuff. So that's cool. Yeah. Sirdork coffee mugs. I have that option to make coffee mugs on the site that I use, but I don't do it because it's like, who the heck's gonna want a coffee mug with Sirdork on it? But, I mean, maybe some RJ Stubbs, but no, I don't. I didn't think so. Kevin Cornell, thank you, dude. Thank you. I'm so glad you thought it was a good live stream. Aaron Album says, any new Batman photos from the new movie? I did a bunch, actually, and I did a whole Batman YouTube video. Actually, kind of two. I made a cape video and then a video afterwards of just for some photographies. So yeah. Javier says, what paper are you using for your prints? Actually, I get my prints from the site that I have integrated with YouTube below here, which is Spring. It's called Teespring. So they're actually full-size posters. So actually, it's a print-on-demand site. It's really cool. I used to print them all on bulk and get them and send them out myself, but now I have this site, Teespring. I recommend it. And you can print full-size posters on it, and then they send it all out. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. TCW says, we must ask you a question. Thanks, I'm glad you noticed. Oh, Joe Young says, can you do another video on the fireworks you use? The fireworks that I use haven't changed since the last video. Go to the explosion tutorial. Everything I know about fireworks and using them is all in that video. I put every little ounce of information that I possibly could into that video. It's all in there. All in there. Siva washes his hair once a week. That's pretty good. That's about how I used to do it. And now I'm just gonna rinse it out. And so far it feels pretty good. I do like the volume it goes. And actually, the other day I went to the movies and I saw, whoa, I'm really sorry about that. What is happening? There we go. I went to the movies and some guy held the door open for me and I was like, thank you. And he said, I like your hair. And I was like, thanks. Thanks a lot. And I felt good. So thanks to that guy. Jack Reese says, do you have a preferred universe to shoot? Star Wars, Pokemon, Power Rangers, DC, Marvel, etc. I probably, the number one thing I like to shoot is probably Star Wars. The three biggest intellectual properties that have the biggest impact on my life is Star Wars, Pokemon, and DC Comics. So I would definitely say those. Definitely say those ones for sure. RJ Sub says I'd buy the mug with a toy. Maybe I'll put a mug on there. I'll throw a mug up on. If you guys want, for sure. Siva says, fun fact for everyone. If anyone ever has any doubts, Jared is literally like this in real life around his friends. He's not putting on an act like I know some YouTubers might do sometimes. Well, thanks, Siva. I mean, it's true. I very much am myself, which is I guess a good. I wouldn't want to be anything other than myself. So yeah, I guess so. Yeah, thanks, Siva. Thank you, sir. A hat with the laughing Sirdork. I don't know if I'd be able to do that. I'm so glad you guys are interested in the merch stuff. When we're getting a Sirdork action playset? Probably never, unfortunately. I do want to make my own custom figure, and I do plan on that, so. Zion Extreme says, can you please do another phone video? Actually, I've been waiting to do another one when the weather warms up, and the weather is starting to actually get warm again. So I do plan on doing another phone video because I have a new phone, and the last one I had was pretty outdated. So I have the 13 Plus iPhone, so I'll definitely do a new YouTube video on shooting with the phone, for sure. Voltron Virtual says, what do you eat for breakfast, Jared? Interesting. I just crack an egg with some pickled jalapeno. This is every day. I'll toast a piece of bread with coconut oil on it, and then I crack one egg with some pickled jalapenos in it with some hot sauce, and that's it. So one egg on a piece of toast with some jalapenos and hot sauce. It's really good. It's really good. For sure. And the coconut oil on the bread really makes it nice and crispy. Great question. Oh my gosh, I'm getting way behind here. Can you do another toy photography compilation with calm music? You know what? I haven't done one of those in a while, and I think I probably have enough footage to do them. Usually I would just let the footage pile up, and then I would make one. Okay, so good. I'm getting so behind here. The power of Sirdork's hair. Hang solo. I didn't know my hair had any. So thanks. Yeah. Ricky Freaky says, are you planning on going to any conventions like SDCC or D23? I've never been to any real big conventions like that, and I've always wanted to go to SDCC. I really want to go to Star Wars Celebration. Those two would be the ones for me. Definitely, I really want to go to Star Wars Celebration. So yeah, that's about it. What do you eat for lunch and what do you eat for dinner? Well, for dinner tonight I had 2 veggie burgers on a piece of bread. So it was a very quick. It was a veggie burger on 2 pieces of toast, and I had an egg on top of that. So it was toast, veggie burger, egg, and I had. Sorry about I don't know what's going on with the lighting here. Hello. Come on. Oh my gosh. Stop it. Alright, it's probably just going to adjust eventually. But, yeah. That was it. And I had hot sauce on both of them. and I had barbecue on one, and then I had ranch on the other. That was it. That was my dinner. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to do. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm really sorry. I feel like I look like a ghost right now. Come on. What is happening? Okay. When I take my hand away, don't go back. Alright. Whew. Sorry, you guys. I don't know what the heck that was. I looked like a ghost. Sirdork fireworks. If I could get to the point one day where I can create my own fireworks, that would be cool. That would be so awesome. That would be so freaking cool. Jack Ree says, what was the most fun shot you have ever done? I mean, that's one thing. One shot I think very fondly on is one I did with Aquaman surfing on the shark. If anyone remembers that was incredibly difficult and actually kind of broke my camera on that. But I was very proud of that shot. It was crazy huge setup on waterfall with all this stuff. So probably that one. TCW says you should do a pic with all of your fans' comments all over the shirt. Oh, that would be cool. That would be kind of cool. I actually kind of like that idea. That sounds fun. Mr. Tangsrill says this is a sign you need to move to Florida. Weather is always bright and sunny and warm. Come down to Florida. Join us. That sounds great. Actually, Harleen and I joke about moving to Texas a lot. Because Texas just, I don't know. Just Texas is the one we always come up with. Oh wow, I'm really behind on the comments, so I gotta move back on down. The Photo Viper says, do you have any pics that don't use Photoshop? Every photo I'm always gonna end up using Photoshop because I think it's really important to edit every photo, and whether or not using Photoshop is the right one, and so that's just the one I prefer. I like Photoshop because of how much you can do with it. And I probably will always use Photoshop just because if I want my photo to look the best that I think it can, I think the most potential I have to make that photo the best it can be is by using Photoshop. And I don't want anyone to think that using Photoshop is a bad thing, or that using Photoshop takes away from the quality of the photo, because that is definitely, I will say, that is incorrect. If it's difference between I like to get things in camera, or I like to do things in Photoshop. Doing things in Photoshop is incredibly, there's so much about it I don't know, but it's incredibly important. All photos are edited, and if you look at any professional photograph anywhere, whether it be on TV or in a magazine or this, it's always been edited in Photoshop, and that's just the way it is. The way I think to get the maximum potential out of your photo is to edit it. And that doesn't mean you have to go crazy in Photoshop, because it doesn't. You could just do some touch-ups and fix the color and the brightness, and that's good. Editing is definitely very important, and there's nothing wrong with Photoshop, for sure. Oh, Siva says Ainsley wants to know what your favorite candy is. She wanted to ask you something but didn't know what to ask. My favorite candy, Ainsley, is I love Reese's. And just anything involving peanut butter, but I can't eat any milk chocolate anymore just because my lactose intolerance just keeps getting worse and worse as I grow older. And I just keep getting more and more sensitive. But luckily dark chocolate sits well with me most of the time. So I love dark chocolate peanut butter stuff. If I can ever find, there's not a lot of it, but every once in a while I can find dark chocolate peanut butter stuff. And it's just anything with peanut butter is just, I'm hooked instantly. I'm a sucker for it. So that's it. Thanks for asking, Ainsley. Hope you guys are doing great. Photo Viper says it's kind of cheating about using Photoshop. I'll have you let you know right now, Photo Viper. There's so much to learn about photos and creating the best possible photo, and if you look and if you look at any photo that you see anywhere, whether it be on a billboard, on TV, in a magazine, in a textbook, a history photo, National Geographic photo, it's going to be edited. It's going to be, and it doesn't have to be a lot. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. It's part of the craft. It's part of the craft. Aaron Album says, do you ever get Karens calling cops on you? Like if you ever in an isolated, like abandoned warehouse or a factory. I've never had anyone call the police on me before. I have had some people come to me and ask me to leave or anything, and I'm always very respectful, and I've been like, okay, thank you, because I'm never one to argue, even on situations where I know that I am okay being here, or whatever. But I mean, if there's ever any time where like I'm in some that says no trespassing, like I'm in the wrong. So, but it's very I only go places where it's there's not a private property, but no, I've never had anything really bad happen, so that's good. One time somebody got mad at me for using fireworks. I was in my apartment complex, and it was getting a little late. It was like Saturday night. It was like 10 p.m. It was a little late. I will give them that. It was a little late, and they yell out the window like, "Hey, can you not do that right now?" Because they're probably very used to me doing it. It's like, oh, that freaking kid's out there blowing fireworks up. Yeah, but that's about it. I never really have a problem. I mean, I try to make sure that I just don't do anything. I'm not in the wrong. As long as I'm doing something. If a Karen is ever getting mad at me, most likely it's because I'm in the wrong. And I try to just make sure I'm doing the right thing. Siva says, Ainsley says the Reese's trees and pumpkins slap. I'm not sure what that means. My age is showing. No, Siva, you know the Reese's trees and the Reese's pumpkins. They're the seasonal ones. Pumpkins, trees, eggs, different shapes of stuff. But yeah, slaps. That means it's good. Those are the best. Those are the best, Ainsley, because they have the most peanut butter over chocolate ratio. So that's the best. Yeah, they're so good. Oh, Knox Maze says, hi, Jared. Hi, Knox Maze. Sonic Burst says, can someone tell me what the last question was? We've been kind of all over the place, Sonic Burst, actually. No official questions at this point. Really. Let's see. Oh, Javier Davila says, do you shoot RAW or JPEG, and have you ever used Lightroom? I actually don't. All of the editing I do is always 100% Photoshop. I don't use really anything else. I just do it all in Photoshop. And I shoot in JPEG. And I more recently have really been thinking about shooting in RAW, because I have been using the camera raw filter mode in Photoshop quite a bit. Actually, Harleen taught me how to use it. And it's quite great. You can do quite a lot with it, and I'm learning quite a bit. But I shoot with JPEG, and I probably will continue to, because every time I've tried to shoot in RAW before, it's so much slower. And I really, really rely on super fast, like, bursts of photos all the time. And so I don't know how that would affect that. So I'm not really sure, but who knows? I might make the switch, because once you shoot in RAW, you really do have quite a bit more option with adjusting things you need to adjust in Photoshop. So yeah. Toymer says, you ever get so concentrated on taking a shot, stand up, and realize someone was behind you watching? No, I don't think so. I mean, sometimes I'll not realize that my girlfriend's right behind me, but she's never like watching weirdly or anything. It's just that, I don't know. I guess that's never happened. And yes, Ainsley knows what's up with the Reese's. And I am Ricky Freaky says, I love Butterfingers. Butterfingers are great. They should make a dark chocolate Butterfinger. Yes, for sure. Draco Zingora says, hi everyone. It was my birthday yesterday. My two-part question is, do you ever get comments on Instagram from accounts who don't do toy photography telling you to do an account to promote? Oh, yes. Okay, so first, happy birthday, Draco Zingora. And yes, there's a lot of things that I'm sure everybody gets it at this point. And it's usually the very first comment you get. It's like, you should promote on this page. what they are is they're pages that are trying to get you to pay them, so then and they will post your photo on their page and you'll get followers from it. And I wouldn't buy into it. You know, there's technically nothing wrong with them doing that. I mean, that's fine if that's the business they're running. Great. I mean, good for them. Hopefully it works. But I wouldn't really buy into it, because most of the time it's followers that they've probably purchased, so they're not followers that are going to engage or anything, and they're just, yeah, I wouldn't buy into it. Just leave it alone. Sometimes when I get it, I try to comment something funny back, because no one's reading it. It's just like a bot, like an algorithm that they get, where any post that shows up in a specific hashtag, they automatically comment on it. So yeah, just leave them there. That's what I would say. What was your first Black Series figure you ever bought? I bought the Darth Maul Black Series in the New York City Toys R Us. I think that was in the first wave when it first came out. I still have them. Photo version says, maybe I'm just old school, but photography is about camera skills, not editing skills. I come from a time before computers where all you had was a camera. Well, yeah, I would say that's definitely old school, because the amount of that you can do in editing is definitely very new compared to before, when there was no editing, for sure. But I would definitely say that the editing and using Photoshop is how the craft has grown and how it has evolved. And you know, it's kind of like, why would I not do something that can potentially make my image look better? Why would I decide not to make my image look better? You know what I mean? If I have an option to learn a great skill, which Photoshop is a really great skill to learn, and a very, I would say, difficult one too. But why would I say no? Well, it's like, no, I would prefer to not make my photo look better. You know what I mean? Why would I do that? Infernal Hippo says, will you ever plan on doing landscape photography? That's my end goal. Actually, I don't really have that on my horizon, my goals at all. But that's a great thing to do. I mean, there's a lot of beautiful landscape out there that need to be photographed. I think that's awesome, Infernal Hippo. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so far behind. Which is great. You guys are amazing. Ferocious Figure says, hey, thanks for all the quality videos you put out. Looking forward to the Sirdork egg at the end of the month. Gotta run. It was fun. Ferocious Figures, thank you so much, my friend. And I'm so glad that you enjoy them. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Toy Mirth says, I think you talked about this once before, where making an Instagram business account. Was watching Epic Toys last night, and he was saying that it's the way to go. You know what? To be honest, Toy Mirth, I think my Instagram is a business account. I think. Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure it is. But you do have, I think, more options with the way you can do things. Like, you can add like a shop on your account, stuff like that. Yeah, I think you get more options of things you can do on Instagram if you're a business account. For sure. Javier D says, on my last couple of shoots, I've been getting kids coming over and trying to play with the figures. Has that happened to you? Huh. I've definitely had kids come over to me before who are usually just really interested. I've never had a problem with them like grabbing and taking the figures and trying to play with them as I'm using them. I've never had that problem before, and that would probably be a little frustrating for sure. Yeah, I've never had that happen. I probably would very nicely be like, hey guys, I'm trying to do something right now. You can definitely watch, but just please don't touch any of that right now. I'm trying. But yeah, I've never had that happen. Linda says, hey Linda, I'm from a time where there were no computer, but I love Photoshop. Photoshop is awesome. Voltron says, will you make gaming videos? Probably not. I'm not. I mean, I love video games, and I like video game videos too, but I gotta stick with what I do best, and that's toy stuff. Do you have a favorite clone trooper? Rex. Definitely Rex. God, I love Rex. Great character. Which Black Series figure would you recommend for a starter? Says Obani. Lay. Whatever your favorite character is. Get whatever character you like. That's my one. Rebels or Empire? Who's your favorite? I love all these Star Wars questions. Says Aaron Alums. I mean, I'm always gonna root for the Rebels because I want the good guys to win, but the bad guys are just way cooler, and the Empire for sure. Joe Young says, when I was young, I shot BBs to the side of the figures to create mini mortar or missile attacks. Oh, that's awesome. So cool. That sounds so much fun. Let's see. Arrow Voss says, hey, Jared, you've helped me learn so much about photography and have inspired me to do more. Excited to say that me and people from the community are starting a new podcast about toy photography. That's cool. Send me the podcast. I'd love to subscribe and stuff to it. Siva said, Jared and I will do a gaming special when I come visit. I'm sure that we will. And it's funny, Siva, that we both play games quite a bit, but we don't end up really playing any of the same games, as far as I know. I don't know. I'm loving all the trooper questions. Sam DeMayan says, Jared, what's your favorite kind of trooper? This guy right here. The patrol trooper who makes a half a second appearance in Solo. He's my favorite, and that's why I made him my icon guy. See him right down here? Wait, can I? Yes, he's definitely my favorite. Javier says, anytime thinking of stop motion pictures. You know, I get that question every once in a while, like, do you ever want to do stop motion? I'm always like, no, I'm not into that. But more recently, I've been wanting to give it a shot, actually. I really have. Just because I think it'd be fun, and I feel like I should, if I could learn how to do that, it would be a very valuable skill, I feel like. And I do have a really cool idea for a moving image that I'll be posting soon and shooting. It won't be stop motion, but it'll be something similar. Okay, you guys, all right. Thank you so much for the amazing stream tonight. It's been so much fun. It's been 2.5 hours. I'm gonna call it here. Make sure to stay to the end, so you can see all of the members' shots, toy photos, because they deserve it and they're awesome. And so you guys, thank you so much for everything that you do. This has been such a fun stream. Awesome. You guys are amazing. Thanks for watching. This was so much fun doing the questions. I'm so glad you guys were into it and having fun with it too. So, I hope you guys have a really great weekend. Excuse me. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Have a great week next week. And hopefully I'll have a video posted on Sunday. I've got a very busy weekend. I have an idea. Hopefully I can make a quick one. But if not, it'll just come out next Sunday. So, have a great weekend, you guys. See you soon, and thank you for everything. And, okay, see ya. Hey, Sirdork Live post-credit scene. If anyone's still around, there's still a couple people still here. The post-credit scene includes this guy. This is what the post-credit scene's all about. It's Toxin, and maybe he'll make some noise into the microphone. He was doing it earlier. I was trying to get him to do it, and now he's busy. There we go. Can you hear him? Is he making some good noise? Yay, Aaron Allums is still here. Can you hear Toxin? Infernal Hippo says hey to Toxin. How's the Toxin ASMR? Hey, Siva stuck around. I'm always curious to see how far the song gets these days. It just gets to the part where it's your intro. It's basically almost there now. It's crazy. And yeah, this is. I've been trying to do a post-credit scene for the last. Oh, great. So post-credit scene is Ghost and Ghostly Toxin. I can't believe he's okay with this. He's been sleeping all day and then he came up. Are you okay, buddy? All right. Everyone have a great night. I'm gonna go walk through the wall. Okay, no, I'm not a ghost anymore. All right. Officially bye, everybody. Officially bye. Aaron Allums says I was jamming out to that music. Aaron Allums, you know where to go to get that music. I have it actually saved in the bottom of, I think, of all the videos. It's an Approaching Infinity song. Siva wrote the song and actually recorded it. There we go. Siva wants to make a new album song, or sorry, an outro song. There's no. Oh, that sounds great. I love that version of Sweet and Sorrow, Siva. I love that version a lot, actually. But hey, I'm totally into it if you are. Okay. Everyone have a great night. Bye bye. End stream now.